This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by HostGator. Host unlimited domains with just one plan using HostGator. Check them out at HostGator.com. Use the coupon code BANGBANG to get an extra 25% off and support this show. Counting down your top episodes of 2013. This is the Comedy Bang Bang Best of Part 1. I'll be here with Paul F. Tompkins, and we will hear about your 15 through 12 episodes. All of that and more, all on today's
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Welcome, one and all. Yes, it is the end of the year, and you know what the end of the year means. Lists! Lists aplenty. You have Santa's list. He has a list. It's sort of his own best of list. Best of little boys and little girls. And you have best of movies list. You have snubs and flubs, the best flubs. And, of course, you have best podcast lists, which the AV Club, who regularly cover podcasts, we were number one this year. And speaking of number one, there are going to be numbers said on these podcasts that we are recording right now. This is part 1 of the Comedy Bang Bang Best of 2013. And what a great year. Boy, what a storied year in Comedy Bang Bang history. This is perhaps our best year yet, our most consistent year yet. Who's that? Engineer Cody, was that you? Oh, wait, we have a special guest here.
Well, I don't know about special.
We haven't heard from him all year long. We haven't heard from him since the very last best of episodes that we did.
Yeah.
You know him as a comedian, a raconteur, a member of the Raconteurs as well.
That's right.
Along with Brendan Benson.
I'm a raccoon-ateur.
That's right.
I tell stories about raccoons, dressed as a raccoon.
You are dressed as a raccoon right now. You have a little burglar's mask.
That's right.
And you're holding, I would think they were bank robber sacks of money, but they don't have the S with the line through it, but they have acorns in it.
That's right. I have big sacks of acorns that I've stolen because raccoons are burglars of the animal kingdom.
They are. They really are. By the way, Paul F. Tompkins is here.
Hello, I'm Paul F. Tompkins. I'm here.
That's right. They're thieves.
They are filthy scum.
You notice that most animals in the animal kingdom, they barter for everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, raccoons, they're out there just take.
That's right.
You know?
It's like that old fable by, it was either Aesop or Nick Cassavetes, I forget who, about the ant, the grasshopper, and the raccoon.
Ah, yes.
Now the ant, very industrious because ants are so speedy or whatever. And
he has mental powers. He can communicate with other ants.
That's right, yeah.
Was that covered in this?
Ant, yes. He could summon, he was an ant who could summon all other ants to him.
He was a superhero.
Yeah.
Much like Ant-Man.
Yes.
But he was Ant-Ant.
He had ant powers.
He had the powers of more than just him as an ant?
Here's the thing. He had all the proportionate strength of an ant.
In his ant body.
In his ant body.
Okay, I beg to differ with you on this.
But
yes.
He was very persuasive, and he had the ability to get other ants to do stuff that he wanted them to do.
I think that you or I could call ourselves superheroes by that logic. We could be Human Man.
Well, there was a band called Man Man, and as far as I know, they all have human abilities.
I believe so. At least the human abilities to play instruments.
Which, to me, that's a superhuman ability.
Yes, that could be extraterrestrial, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I think anyone who's in a band may be an alien.
I think I'm more intraterrestrial. I can't play an instrument.
So there's Ant. You have also who else was in that other than the raccoon?
The grasshopper.
Oh, the grasshopper.
Grasshopper was lazy. Well, here's the thing. I think that the grasshopper has been. I think that history is kind. History is written by the winners.
Written by the winners, of course. Yes,
ants. And I think that the grasshopper has been unfairly portrayed as lazy when really he just wanted to enjoy life.
That's right. Ants, they want to enjoy a picnic. Grasshoppers,
they want to enjoy somebody else's picnic.
Well, that's the thing. See, but you know what?
Who is this ant to cast crumbs?
Ants are also thieves. I'm now realizing that.
But they're thieves. They steal from human beings, so they have some twisted code.
Yes,
like Robin Hood.
Yeah. Like it's okay to steal from our oppressors.
That's right, and they see us as oppressors.
Yeah, because we're always spraying Raid on them.
Are we spraying Raid on ants, or are we just stepping on them?
I spray Raid on them.
Do you really?
Oh yeah. I'd take a little time out of every day. Find some ants, spray some Raid on them.
Yeah, you don't have ants in your home. You're just going out with a can of Raid.
No. Out to Griffith Park. Just raising the ground.
Such great ants.
Everywhere I look.
Great ants at Griffith Park.
Some great ones.
If you want the best.
The best.
Get yourself
around.
Nothing's ever gonna get you down.
Come on and touch me, babe. Don't you know that I am not afraid?
What was that promise that you made? Why won't you tell me what she said? What was that promise that you made?
Okay, we can't make it through.
Oh, we finally broke it.
Guys, if this is your first time listening to the show, that's
Goodbye.
we made that joke last year.
That's right.
We made it in one of our episodes in our top 10, actually. I was just listening to it today while I was compiling the
devil
clips.
You say.
Yes!
This is unprecedented.
Yes, that is right.
Is it right?
Speaking of the countdown.
Yes,
we
haven't yet. We're now doing it.
Yeah, we'll get into the whole grasshopper, raccoon, ant thing.
I do want to get back to that.
We do have to talk about the countdown.
We got it. Look, this is how the bread is made.
This is how we pay the bills. And we have the skills to do so.
We have the skills in order to have the bills paid.
Mm-hmm. I hire someone to pay the bills.
There we go.
That's a skill in of itself. The ability to accrue money and pay someone to do things.
I got the skills to hire a bill player. Player.
Hey, player.
Hey, player. Will you pay my bills?
Player, will you pay my bills? All right. Guys, if this is your first time listening...
It is also your last.
Sorry about all the singing, but Paul and I need to warm up.
This is how it happens.
This is how we do it. It's Friday night.
That's right. I guess the feeling's right.
But it is night, by the way. This is
night.
Atypical.
I pointed at
Hollywood Nights, and Paul is pointing at the window.
Right over there.
We usually do this during the day. And this is, you know what? We had to do it at night to fit it into our busy schedule, but here we are.
Now we're risking being attacked when we leave this building.
That's right. By creatures of the night.
You know who else comes out at night?
The freaks.
The freaks!
Ah! The freaks!
Now what... I hope that a super freak will defend us against the freaks.
Well, the super freaks, like freak, you mean.
Oh.
He has all the proportionate strength of a freak. Yeah, but he's a freak.
Freak abilities.
Yeah. You think that a super freak would defend human beings against other freaks? I think, much like a Superman would defend extraterrestrials for men, I think a freak would be on the other side.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Superman himself is an extraterrestrial who defends human beings against other extraterrestrials.
How can I forget
submit
that?
to you, Brainiac, Mr. Mitchell.
Don't say his word back. His name.
His word.
His word.
Now, what's your word again, Scott Aukerman?
My safe word?
You have two words.
It's just my name.
What's your first word?
My first safe word is Scott.
That's what a great safe word.
Scott!
Things get too rough.
Yeah, I just yell at my... Hard to forget.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Unless you have amnesia.
Oh, do you?
Let me check. I don't remember. I don't know. Amnesia. Paul, you have a topping hat.
I do. I have a little. This is my little hat for the winter.
Oh, very good. It is winter. It's a winter's night.
It's a low top hat. It's a low top.
It is.
hat.
Yeah, it's like a half top.
Half top. Yeah, I requested a half top.
Looks like a half calf when you're getting coffee.
Yeah.
Can I get a half top?
Can I get a half top just for my head top? Half top for head top.
And everyone at the haberdashery knows what that term is.
Yes. It was busy there today.
Really? Everyone's getting half tops, regular tops.
Everyone's getting top hats of all different shapes and sizes.
I was in St. Louis recently, and there is a
Arch business?
yeah, there's an arch business that just makes...
Oh, no, I thought you were there on Arch business.
Oh. What if there's an arch business who was like, wow, we got one in the can. Business is going to be picking up after this.
That sustained us for a while, but the coffers are they're getting low.
Did I tell you that I had once convinced Kurt Brownauer when we were on tour in Portland that there were so many bridges there because the city of Portland made a bunch of them and couldn't sell them?
Yes.
He was like, really? I was like, other cities, they defaulted on them, so they had to keep them.
God. But see, that's the kind of thing, I feel like if you told me that with a straight enough face, I would...
You'd have to think about it for a second.
Yes, I would. I can't blame Kurt completely.
No. He's not blameless, certainly.
Now, no. And you are blameful.
Yes, but he has some culpability in this.
No, absolutely. It takes two to tango.
Sure, certainly.
Did you laugh in his face when you realized he was taking you seriously?
God, he was so embarrassed. He was like, because I got really close to him. Because I think if you laugh in someone's face, you need to be about 1 inch from them. You need to be nose to nose.
Otherwise, it's not laughing in their face.
Yeah. You need to be nose to nose or your nose in his toes and his toes in your nose.
I suppose.
Where's that from? Okay, so... Anyway, I was in St. Louis and there was a haberdashery, and I was just thinking how lonely. And someone said you had been there.
In St. Louis?
In St. Louis, yes. I was there doing the WITS program.
In St. Paul?
Oh, that's where I was.
You're talking of Jaime's.
Yes.
And yes.
Shout out to Jaime.
Shout out to Jaime's! Jaime's for life! Jaime Town. Oh, remember that?
No, remember.
Oh, that got the Reverend Jesse Jackson in some trouble.
Oh, a little bit, and now he's back and thinner than ever.
You're conflating the St. Louis Arch of Al Sharpton.
Same guy.
With the setting of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which is the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Ah, yes.
Yes, Jaime's Haberdashery, and I've bought many items there over the years.
But how lonely is the haberdasher?
He's a pretty lonely guy.
You know what I mean? Not a lot of call for him lately.
No, you know what? He was sitting there. I remember I saw him in the corner of the shop, and he had cobwebs on him.
Did you have to blow them off of him?
I did. He woke with a start, perched his spectacles on his nose.
Threw up the sash.
I actually bought, the last time I was there, I tried on a hat that I could not commit to, I think because my wife was there. She was back at the hotel.
My wife!
And oh no.
It's back! It is back!
It is back. It is back. It is back. It is back.
It's back!
My wife! And then after I got back home to Los Angeles, I called them up and I bought that hat over the phone.
Oh, man.
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
And describe the hat, first of all.
It's a
Listeners want to know.
It's a black sort of Homburg type hat, and it's got a silver band and silver trim around the brim. It's beautiful.
Oh, and a Homburg, is that the one with the curved top?
I don't know what you mean, like a St. Louis
almost
arch?
like a bowler, but like different. Do you know what I mean?
It's sort of like a fedora, but without the dents in the front.
Oh,
although
okay.
you can put dents in the front if you like, which I do.
Okay. Why do you put dents in your hats?
I like the way it looks.
Isn't that implying that there are dents in your head?
That's what I'm trying to make people think.
Almost like trepanation?
Yeah. I want people to think that I've had all the evils taken out of my head, leaked out of my head by means
That's
of
how
trepanation.
ancient barbers used to do it.
And my barber today.
Yes, just banging on your head with a ball-peen hammer.
They would take there's Scott. There's a little bit more to it than that.
Well, I mean, I'm dumbing it down, of course, for the layperson.
They'd use a sort of chisel and make a hole in your skull.
Sure.
So that evils could come out.
Yes, of course.
It's
And
not just
good air can come in.
they don't just hit you with a hammer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I don't mean to
Well,
imply that.
you know.
Anyway, shout out to Hymietown.
Jaime in a town.
But we do have to get back to the countdown. For those of you listening at home, or maybe you're listening on the bus.
Ooh, the only two places, right?
Yep, home or in the bus. If you're listening in a car, be careful. The cops can pull you over.
Hey, if you're they can pull you over anytime. What I don't know.
Is that a podcast you're listening to?
Has a cop ever pulled over a bus because he saw somebody in the window of the bus and didn't like the way they looked?
They should. You know what I mean?
I mean, they can, right?
I guess they could.
Everybody would be unhappy about it, but cops can do as they please.
I don't know that you can pull over anyone because you don't like the way they look.
Well, but you could pull over the driver.
If you don't like the way they look, no, you can't. You have to suspect them of...
I'm not saying you're supposed to.
Oh, but they do all the time.
do.
Yeah, DWB.
All the time. What's that mean?
Driving while black.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a little code for, I got pulled over for what? A DWB.
I see.
Yeah.
And does this happen to you?
Yeah, all the time. That's my code, is what I'm saying.
It's not a great code.
I have a black car.
It's not. Oh, I see.
Anyway, but the countdown. What are we talking about?
We have to talk.
We have to talk about it. Okay.
The countdown.
The countdown. What it is? We do this show. It comes out once or twice a week.
Now, Scott, you say we, but it's you who does the show.
I'm talking about Cody.
Oh. Engineer Cody is here.
Engineer Cody's here. No, meaning myself and my funny friends. We do this show every week.
Just trying to have fun.
And we have fun. And we do them all year. And then at the end of the year,
All goddamn year.
while we're all on vacation, to our, Saint Tropez. Is that a place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saint-Tropez?
Saint-Tropez, that's what it is. Okay.
That's Bain de Soleil. If you want, get Bain de Soleil if you want the Saint-Tropez tan.
Oh, okay. I will. Thank you. I've been meaning to do that.
You're welcome.
But while we're all on vacation, we do these best of, so you can hear the best clips from the previous year. And we had a banner year. I mentioned it before, but this is maybe perhaps the best year.
It's a beautiful banner, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of threw it together last minute.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that was store-bought.
Oh, no, I took a calligraphy class.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I mean, yeah. Could you tell that it was actually penned and not stamped?
I thought it was machine inked.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I was judging it too. I was like, oh, this guy.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Judge, Judy, and execute. Who said that? Did somebody say that on this show?
I don't know, but I like it. Judge, Judy, and executioner.
I know I heard that.
If that's your joke somewhere?
No, it is not. It's somebody's. I forget who it is. I forget where I heard that.
I enjoy it.
It's fun. It is funny. I guess that's why it stuck with me.
It's
certainly not me.
I like to imagine that someone pissed on her leg, called it rain, and then she executed them.
Wait a minute. Didn't we?
We've talked about
We
that.
have talked about Judge Judy executing people, right?
I don't know. It runs together. We've done a lot of these shows. We are up to 200 and... What are we up to now? 236, 34, something like that?
That's too many.
Oh, 263.
No,
we've
too
done.
many.
And then some best ofs and a whole bunch of live ones. So
Too many.
I did just shy of 100 this year. I did 97 episodes this year.
Wow.
And
Now, how many weeks in a year are there?
there are, I believe, unless it's a leap year, there are 52 weeks in a year. On a leap year, there are 53.
So you're saying you did more. You did just about 2 episodes a week.
Just about, yeah. Yeah. Including the live ones, I mean.
Because 50 plus 50 is 100.
I don't know about that, but...
Then 2 plus 2 is 4. That's 104.
That is 104.
And then you did, how many did you say?
I did 97 of this show.
Oh. Well, then I take it back.
Yeah, so it's 7 shy. Not that
amazing.
impressive.
Not that impressive.
But we did a lot this year. And so that's why we have extra, what am I trying to say? Extra sized? What do they say? Super sized.
Super size.
Like the Superman of sizes.
Supersize me.
Yes, I will. That's why we have a supersized best of this year. We're doing 4 episodes All right, 4 best of episodes.
Oh, that's courting disaster.
Yeah, that's according to Jim.
And Executioner.
According to Jim and Executioner. I like that too. So we have to get to it. What are we going to do while we listen to this? We're going to count down your top 15 this year, not your top 10.
Because there's now, Scott, may I?
Yes, you may.
I think the reason there's usually a top 10. Mm-hmm. That's traditional.
Yep. Tradition. Tradition. Tradition.
Tradition. But you're saying because, and this is what I'm inferring. Tell me if this is what you're implying.
Let me see if I'm implying it. I do know you're inferring it.
So many good episodes. Ooh. It was too hard to confine it to 10.
Too hard. There were plus there
were 5 other good ones.
The bottom 6 or so are so close that I felt it was just wrong not to include them. And we have the time. Why not put out 4 best of episodes? Why not?
The bottom 6 are neck and neck.
Meaning 15 to 9 or so were so close that I just thought, you know what? We shouldn't just do a top 10.
But then once you get into 8 through 1...
Some of those are close within those. We'll talk about it as we go.
All right. I don't want to jump ahead. Yep. No spoilers.
All right. So we have to get to it. We're going to be counting down today 15 through 12. Mm-hmm. And we're also going to have a couple of bonus clips.
What kind of clips?
I guess I mean bonus! There'll be several of those.
Now, I thought we agreed you would take care of the buzz. I would take care of the
But then we both did buzz.
No.
Did I only do buzz?
I waited my turn, sir. I waited my turn.
So sorry.
You're a good boy.
From here forth and herewith.
Henceforth and forevermore.
I shall do B's, you shall do S's.
I say to you, Captain Phillips.
Was JFK in that movie? I haven't seen it
that's
yet.
right.
So, let us get to it. No more dillying nor dallying. Let us get to your number. Which number is this?
15?
Number 15.
That's right, number 15. 15.
That's shoddy.
Number 15. This is a great clip to start with. This is from episode...
Ooh, delicious anticipation.
Which episode
Scott,
is
you're really
from?
teasing everyone. This is exciting.
I've listed the number of every episode except for this one. Oh, this is episode 203. Mm-hmm. All right, this is episode 203. The Vicar of Yanks.
Oh, I like this episode a lot.
This episode is a great one. The Vicar of Yanks. This is Weird Al Yankovic and Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
What's this now?
Lord Andrew, the writer of the Phantom of the Opera.
The Broadway composer?
Yes, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Starlight Express?
Yes, Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Do you think I sound like a musical robot?
By the way, I got a little voice robot there for that last section.
That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Did you make it like you made the banner?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's sort of a short circuit type of thing. I'm getting into robotics and calligraphy. Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm getting into robotics and calligraphy.
All right, this is the Vicar of Yanks. I don't think there's a lot to. Sorry, I'm late at night.
We're both. I feel like we're on the same throat clearing cycle.
I know we are. We're doing it right. I think I'm good now. I think I swallowed whatever it was.
I'm a perfect person.
This is the Vicar of Yanks. Doesn't need any kind of setup other than Weird Al, our good old friend, is here, and our good friend Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber is here, and
it's the whole gang.
The whole gang is here. Let's hear from that.
Number 15.
Weird Al Yankovic is here, one of our favorite guests of all time.
Why, thank you, Scott.
Hurrah!
Oh, please.
A round of applause.
Please sit down, sir.
Weird Al Yankovic.
That was so nice of you to stand. That was...
Here's American royalty as well. It's the least I can
do. You hold some sort of a royalty title?
I am, the Vicar of Yanks back in the old country.
That's true. So we have confirmation. I know you weren't listening.
Are we talking about that earlier?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. Okay. Al, thank you so much for being here on what I have to guess is your fifth appearance on the show.
Let's go with fifth.
And you were on the TV show. The last time we saw each other, you were on the TV show last season, the season finale.
Was that the last season? I thought there'd be another one.
Well, of course, yeah. We're coming up on.
So it's not really the last season, is it?
I believe. Okay, no, I won't quit.
It could be the penultimate season. We don't know.
It very well might be.
Vicar, he has trouble with the English language. What he means to say is previous season.
Oh, now it makes sense. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
You guys seem to speak the same language.
Well,
right?
yes, we're countrymen after a fashion.
That's right. That's right. So, what year did your family come over here?
Oh gosh, it was in the late 13th century, I think.
Oh my gosh, on some sort of Mayflower type ship,
on a raft, on a small raft.
On a small raft,
yes,
all the way from England.
It was an accident, as I understand.
It wasn't intended, no.
Yeah.
Fairly accidental.
You just kind of meant to go out in a pond or something?
It was supposed to be a 3-hour tour, and yet they wound up, coming to America centuries before it was,
Steamer trunks of Hawaiian shirts.
they brought them right over, yes.
Really? So these are family heirlooms that you wear?
They flowed. Hawaiian shirts.
Of course, it's a benefit of.
Not many people know that.
They're the one piece of clothing that floats.
That's why I always wear Hawaiian shirts on an airplane, because if we go down, you don't have time to reach for the life jacket. I'm good.
So you only wear them on an airplane?
Pretty much only on airplanes.
You're about to catch a flight?
Yes. Right after this podcast, I'm out the door, out to LAX.
I see. Boy, a traveling guy.
Yeah. Always on the move,
man.
Yes. Al, what have you been up to? We haven't heard you on the podcast for a
personal
year.
Question, Scott.
It is, but I'm going to go there.
Oh. What have I been up to? Oh, gosh, I'm working on the new album. I'm going on the road.
Yes.
I'm playing Bonnaroo this year. That's going to be fun.
Oh, so fun.
Now, Bonnaroo, I've heard of this. This is where a bunch of people, they stand around in the out of doors.
The Bonnaroovians you're talking about.
They're indulging in alcohol and drugs, and they have a contest to see who can smell the most.
Who can smell the most?
Yes.
What sense do you mean that in?
Who can give off the most pungent odor?
Oh, because I'm really good at actually smelling the most in terms of, guessing people's odors and what they had for lunch, perhaps.
Now, is that a skill, or is that something that is thrust upon you?
No, that was part of my DNA. That was something that's been part of my family since the 13th century, pretty much.
So when they got on this raft, they were led by their smells to America, really?
In a way, because they sensed a new land out there, a land of opportunity. They smelled it, and they followed that scent.
I see. Interesting.
Follow your nose, always good advice.
It always knows.
True.
Always.
Not always?
Always.
That's toucan logic.
Okay.
It's not always valid.
And we all know
toucan.
3 of those make a 6-pack. So, now what I want to know, though, Al, is you're doing Bonnaroo, and you have a new album, and when does the album come out?
It's on the calendar. I can't be held to this, but sometime in the next 30 years.
Okay.
Sometime. It's the last album on my contract.
Standard 3-decade deal.
Yes, the 3-decade deal. If by the time I'm 83, it hasn't come out yet, the record company is going to ask for the money back.
You?
Yes.
I see. And this is the last of your contract with
Sony.
Sony.
Yes.
Sony. Such a difficult studio to get to in the middle of the day.
It is.
Have you talked to them about that?
That's the traffic is just too heavy on Pico,
it's
so
just
I have to.
There in Century City, the furthest point from anywhere on Earth, in the middle of the day.
What is this? The Saturday Night Live sketch, The Californians?
You're a big fan.
If you turn left, if you turn right on La Cienega, though,
Weird Al,
on the way to the
what are you
405.
doing here? Enjoyable sketch.
Just bring it up to them. That's all I ask.
I will.
Okay, thank you so much. Make that a negotiation point if you renew your contract. Do you think you're going to renew your contract?
I'm guessing not. I've been under a record contract since 1982. It might be nice to breathe the fresh air for a while.
That's amazing.
A question, if you'll permit it, Vicar. Do you do your own contractual negotiations?
Pretty much, yeah. We put the contract, we tape it on the wall, and we throw darts and figure out what parts we want to negotiate. And it's all very subjective and by chance. It's like like a roulette wheel.
I don't think it's by chance. I think it's by divine intervention. I think God guides those darts to where.
You think so?
I do. I truly believe that.
There's several schools of thought there.
Yeah.
This may seem like a trivial question, but what type of tape do you use? Do you use Scott's tape?
The
Or do you use
Scots tape.
Not
Yes.
masking tape.
Certainly
Please,
not.
take the
If
fandom
you
mask
use
down.
No!
If you use half of the roll, half a masking tape.
I think the
roll.
Phantom is not half a role. I think it is one of the greatest roles in the history of musical
Homonym
theater.
Scottish, you've done it.
Thank you so much. So, wow, it is amazing. If you'll permit me to swallow in the middle of that
Please
question.
do.
It is amazing. 31 years under contract at the same...
Indentured servitude.
Remember when Prince, the Little Prince, he wrote slave all over his face? Like, you ever feel like doing
Yes.
that? And,
That lasted a week, didn't it?
but
He
you-
used ash from the tiny volcano.
remember how he changed his name to get out of his record contract? Did you-
I'm changing my name to an odor because I feel like since that's part of our family's,
Lineage, yeah,
lineage,
their great
that-
skills.
I feel like that would be appropriate. So,
Proud
what kind of
heritage.
odor would
it's,
you
it's
be?
going to be a slightly lavenderish, slightly basil. So a little mix of the two.
Okay.
So if you ever smell that,
then just
I'm referring
you'll
to myself
know
by name, yes.
your records are around
Yes.
somewhere.
Well, now, Scottrick, what sort of odor would you be if you were an odor?
Gosh, I mean, there's so many great odors out there in the world. There's fresh baked bread.
It's a good one.
You know, I don't know that I could necessarily own that like Prince owned that symbol. I don't think that symbol existed before the Little Prince actually.
No, he created it.
He created. So I feel like we would have to create sense in order to.
Well, much like the vicar has done just now.
Yeah, it's.
With the basil and the lavender.
I believe it would be a lot like creating my own perfume, where I just pour a little bit of this in, pour a little.
Oda
bit of this.
Scott.
Yes, Odor Scott. Yes,
Odor
exactly.
Scott.
And just pour a bunch of stuff into it, and then it create something new. Like all the perfumes are all different, aren't they?
All of them.
Like snowflakes.
Yeah.
Yes. No two perfumes are alike.
What if a perfume smelled like a snowflake?
That's right, because ice technically is odorless, but like a dirty snowflake. You know what I mean?
Very
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah.
Essence of snowflake.
Yes, that's what I would. That's what I would change it. What about you?
Would you call your scent Dirty Snowflake?
Oh, I would.
Oh,
Yeah, see
very
what-
That's my
provocative.
online name. How did you know?
Oh, I've chatted with you. in a
That's
room.
my Words with Friends code. Dirty Snowflake 27.
We should play Words with Friends, by the way. I played with someone for a while, and she got. I don't know. I don't want to go into
Oh.
it, but
Sounds
Not that-
fascinating.
Is it that Gillian Jacobs?
yeah, Gillian Bellows Jacobs.
Do you know? I had a game of Words with Friends going on
You
with her
did
for
She's
quite some time.
Wait, did she keep it going?
She did keep it going. I tried to quit it 1,000,000 times.
She kept her game
She
going
kept-
with you.
She said, please don't quit the game anymore. You're the only person I want to play with.
Oh,
These other people, I keep having to quit games with them over and over and over. These foul idiots.
foul! What is it because of the words? I would.
Oh wait, I feel I've said too much.
Yeah, I believe you have.
No, I never put it together. Scottrick, please do forgive me. I hope I haven't hurt your feelings.
I mean, you haven't hurt my feelings. The situation's hurt my feelings. I don't blame people for relaying.
From the Jersey Shore.
homonyms. But Al, 31 years.
Yes.
The history.
The history.
The Capitol Records building. I don't know.
Remember that?
You know,
Is it still
I mean,
there?
Maybe
The Victrola.
After the apocalypse?
78 RPM.
Little
Remember
dog
that?
listening to music.
Remember all this
Remember
stuff?
my first 78 RPM
Gosh,
record?
So much history.
So easily
Nathaniel
breakable.
King Cole.
That's right. The music industry in general just has so much history, and you're a part of that. It must feel amazing.
It was so nice to be a footnote in the Rolling Stone music guide.
No, you would be at least a mention.
A footnote and a mention.
A mention,
index.
and then there would be a little number, a footnote
Yes.
next to it to explain who you were.
Ooh, do you know what? I've always wanted to get one of those little swords.
Oh!
To have that be
Oh, yeah.
the thing that makes people look you up is the little tiny sword.
I want to be a sword with the 3 notches, so I would be the third time that they would it would be necessary to have.
Yes,
a
I don't want to be
sword
an asterisk. I want to be a sword.
Yes, a
on it.
sword.
Yes, of course.
You're talking about a sort of sword cubed.
The little sword, and then it has like 3 notches on it, as in this is
Oh,
the
yes, I
third
see.
sword on the page. And
Feel as if I haven't seen that one in quite a while.
yes.
Thank you for that trip.
Maybe
down memory lane.
that'll be what I change my name to. Is that little
The sword with the 3 notches.
Yes.
It's going to
wonder what
wreak havoc with the publishing industry.
I wonder what that would smell like. What would it reek of if it were a smell?
Oh, homonyms!
But Al,
Yes, Scott.
So many hits.
So many. I can't even count them.
How many
It's as if there were an infinite number.
How many number one hits have you had?
Number one. Gosh, I can't even. Zero.
Zero number one hits.
Actually, I can count them.
Not
I
even
thought
in
I wouldn't be able to, and yet I have.
Not even in the comedy charts.
Oh, on the comedy charts, yeah.
Well,
Does that count?
Nah, not really.
Not really.
But in the regular charts, what's the highest you went?
I've had a couple top tens. I think the last two albums went top 10.
The last two. I mean, that's amazing to have your later records be the most popular records you've ever done.
Slow build. You know, I didn't want to be the kind of artist that, like, you know, hits number ones right out of the box. I wanted to wait 30, 40 years, have a slow build, a slow climb, and hit the top of the parabola. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to peak with my next album. It's going to be my best album. And after that, the slow ride
Slow
downhill.
decline as an independent artist.
Yes.
I have a question for the
Yes.
do you feel as if your best work is yet to come?
It is. I'm doing it right now. In this room.
What? So they're not yet to come, but in the immediate future.
In the immediate future.
Which is the present.
Yes. Now it's the present. Now it's the present. And
You're blowing my mind.
oh,
Why did I eat that peyote button before coming into
Oh my
the
gosh,
podcast?
Mr. Weber or Lord Weber.
Mr. Weber. I'm not
Mr.
so
Weber's
high.
his
Mr.
father.
Webster.
I'm not so high that I can't detect that insult to my station.
How often do you get high, by the way?
Usually of an afternoon.
Every afternoon.
Yes, shortly after 4 p.m.
Alan, I know you have younger listeners as well, but how often have you been high, would you say?
I have never.
You've never been high
No,
ever?
I'm looking forward to it.
Not a single drug ever.
I haven't gotten around to it.
You and I are
Wait,
very-
does Flintstones aspirin count? Because I've had a couple Barneys and a Betty once.
What about drinking? Have you ever legitimately been drunk?
Not legitimately, no. It's been very illegitimate. Yes.
Wasn't
I
sanctioned
have-
by the council.
I probably shouldn't say this, but on occasion I have had the occasional blueberry daiquiri.
Blueberry daiquiri, because you live in Hawaii sometimes.
Yes, sometimes you have to do it.
Sure.
When you drink a blue drink, do you feel as if you're in the future?
I only order drinks by caller. Like, I'm feeling kind of periwinkle today. Make me something periwinkle.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is wealthy person's behavior. This is how it is, Scott Aukerman. Maybe one day you'll know.
How wealthy are you?
It would blow your mind.
I honestly, you've had so many hit records in an era where having hit records meant you were rich. You know, so like I can't imagine having that much money.
I was selling records in the day when people actually bought records.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, I was thinking about this. Remember the 90s when everyone had just to buy one song, they would buy a person's record. And
Remember
they were all like
that?
$15.99.
Yes.
And to have a hit song, you had to say both the MF word and the N word.
You had to have the sticker on.
Yeah.
It said MFN.
Yeah. It's just a crazy time. But again, getting back to it, how wealthy are you?
Well, I don't want to make you jealous, but I have actually 2 TV sets.
My goodness.
Yeah,
In
one
two
for the
separate
living
houses?
room and several houses.
How many houses do you own?
4 houses, but only 2 TV sets. So sometimes the hard part is transporting the TVs to the houses as we need them.
Because it's not a carry-on. You have to check a television.
Yes.
really
if you're
do.
flying on an aeroplane. I almost said a teleplane. Oh, I wish someone would invent one.
Oh my gosh, a teleplane. How amazing would that be? It would just teleport you.
The most amazing.
You would have to walk into a plane-like
Yes,
structure.
exactly. That's right.
But then once you sat down,
You sit down, buckle up.
and waited
Yes.
for 20 minutes
Yes.
while they closed the doors.
Stupid
and,
announcements.
Yeah, just turn off everything.
Yes.
And then boom, you're teleported
Wait
to
for
where you
people to
wanna
get yelled at for not turning off the telephones.
Yes, of course. And then you would have to go through security for
Yes.
a good 2-hour
Absolutely.
period, and then
remove your shoes.
yes, and they would
Top hats.
topping hats, of course.
Medals.
They would medals. Really,
Yes.
you have to remove your medals. I never
would
thought
you
about that.
credit it? They ask me to remove my medal when I go through the metal detector, and it's what I try to explain to them is it's not that type of metal,
Yes,
darling.
it's not a metal detector.
should-
It's a
they sh-
metal detector.
Yes,
Shouldn't meddle with you.
exactly. Oh, homonyms!
We're doing it. We are doing it. Al, what can we expect on the new album? I know
You
you like
should
to
not
keep
expect anything.
Songs?
What can't we expect?
I want you to have extremely low expectations. I want you to think that it's just
I
going to be
unfortunately,
horrible.
I cannot,
like no
accommodate you in that
I don't. In
regard.
fact, don't even expect there to be songs on the next album. I expect it to be like a Marcel Marceau record, just like nothing but silence. And that way, when you put it on and you hear the greatest thing you've ever heard in your life, your mind will be blown.
Vega, what should we not expect?
Great question. Great question,
It is
Lord
a
ALW.
It's very meta. You would not expect the soundtrack to your next musical, because that would be a copyright infringement.
What if you guys work together? Oh, gosh, I would love that.
Well, we've talked about a collabo for quite some time. It's just scheduling is a problem.
Really? Because there's no one to do it?
He's constantly shuttling his televisions back and forth between all of his 4 houses.
You know, a lot of people will be upset with me working with you because they're still upset about that sacrilegious musical that you did, where you took the Lord's name in vain.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
I wish people would understand it's a problem of punctuation. That comma was never supposed to be in there.
And for 40 years, that comma has resided in that title.
Why did they send it to be proofread?
Why? That's the one step. That's the one thing you should do.
Why did they do it? Cool, can you believe it? Oh no! Oh.
Lord Weber, please.
That plane needed a mask, I think. That would have saved it.
Can you imagine if an aeroplane had a giant half mask?
Oh my God!
On its nose cone.
A teleplane.
A teleplane.
But if they build a teleplane, they have to have a half mask.
Fly upon me, I'll transport you to where you wish to go.
Starlight Express 2 teleplane.
It's all actors in plane costumes.
And they're wearing cross-country skis.
Yeah, that's right.
I hate to break it. This is like my last Southwest flight. They did the whole thing with that costumes and everything.
Wow.
It was kind of irritating at the time, but now I see that it's got some potential.
Do you know, I find those people on Southwest, the employees, they're very funny.
Aren't they?
They're very funny.
I love
Some of
the
them could
parodies.
be professional comedians.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Is there such a thing?
I don't know. I've always
Professional comedians?
I've tried to be one.
Oh, but no one gives you money for that.
What about being a jester, though? It's very similar.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, if you're a jester, you're paid in, first of all, not being executed.
Sure.
That's payment.
You get to live in a castle.
Yes, that's a bit of a reward in itself. You're exempt from execution.
You don't have to live in a dirt hut.
You don't have to live in a dirt hut. You're free to if you like. But
Sure.
who would like?
You get mutton, I would imagine. Free mutton.
All the mutton you could eat with your hands. Mead.
No utensils, though.
I'm a glutton for mutton.
You
myself.
wipe your hands on a passing dog.
They're very handy.
That's why they had dogs in the castle.
Why would you want to have a dog other than that?
Exactly.
I knew they didn't have utensils, but I didn't know they didn't have napkins or any kind of cloth.
No. They would eat with their hands, you see, and then they
Sure.
would just wipe their greasy
wiping dog.
fingers on a wiping dog.
Number 15.
All right, yes, that is a great clip.
How does it get better than that? That's what I don't understand.
That's only number 15, if you can believe it.
I can't.
Yes,
I'm incredulous.
You are. I'm looking at him, and he is telling the truth.
This strains credulity.
We have to take a break, all
Okay.
right? That is just our first clip. When we come back, we will have number 14 coming at you, and you will not want to miss that one. Come on back after this. Guys, a lot of you are probably cooking up your New Year's resolutions. Well, I got one for you to slip it in right under the wire. Read more. Make yourself smarter. Well, let me tell you something from one friend to another. If you're just reading a book, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Download Audible today, and you can read more and make it easy on yourself, because Audible has over 150,000 audiobooks and stand-up sets to choose from, and you can play Audible on tons of platforms: iPods, iPhones, Windows phones, MP3 players. All you need is the desire to read, and Audible makes it easy for you. Go to Audible right now if you don't believe me. Go there right now. I swear to God. Go there right now. You know what you're going to find there, Mr. Smarty Pants? You're going to find a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial. All you have to do is log on to audible.com/bangbang to get it. With so many choices, you probably don't even know what to download first. Well, I got a hot tip for you. Bob Odenkirk and David Cross, friends of the show, they have a book, Hollywood Said No, that I am on the audio recording of. It's narrated by Bob, David themselves, and a whole bunch of other people. So get that right away this holiday season. That is a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial by visiting audible.com/bangbang. Remember, audible.com/bangbang for a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial, and I'll see you never at the library. Comedy Bang Bang, we are back
We
here.
are back.
Paul
Comedy
F.
Bang Bang. I am Paul F. Tompkins.
Tompkins.
My guest today, Scott Aukerman.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Listen, Scott, what is it like when you're on television? Is it good?
It's so good because there's a camera pointed at you.
Can I stop you?
Yes.
Am I good at questions?
No.
I'm not, right?
No.
I'm bad at it.
Yeah, you're poor at it.
Oh, thank you.
You're question poor.
Oh, I'm not morally wrong at it. Question poor, but answer foolish.
Welcome back to the show. We
Thank
just, before the break, we heard our number 15 episode, and that was a good one. Andrew Lloyd Webber and Weird Al. And our number, this of course, is our next one is number 14.
Number 14.
Number 14. Yes, that's right. And this is an episode... And this is
the end.
This
Enjoy
is an episode.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you next year. Comedy Bang Bang.
Comedy bang bang. Comedy bang bang. Bobbity boo boo. Bobbity
Wolf
boo
is
boo.
dead.
This is episode 204.
204.
And what do you think this episode would be?
I'm going to say this one is... What was the number of the last one that we heard?
You're really holding my feet to the fire on
I am.
this.
I am. I'm a real footholder.
That was 203. The
So
one
this is the
right
very
before.
next-
This is the very next one, if you can believe that.
Probably okay. It's probably an okay episode.
Well, it's better than the last one, supposedly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
according to the votes.
According to the votes, but I didn't vote, so I get to complain. Isn't that how it works?
That is true. Yes, amazingly, these are right next to each other in the countdown, and they were sequential episodes. And this is an episode called The Peppermen.
Oh, boy.
The Peppermen!
Yes.
Now, here's what this is. Zach Galifianakis, major movie star.
That's right.
He
Former
was
comedian.
I'll tell him you said that. And he probably would not disagree. He is on the show in this episode along with John Daly, who people would know from Betas, which is out on
Amazon
right now. People can watch that. And he is a writer and producer on The Kroll Show.
That's correct.
They are friends. And then they talk about a certain band a lot in this episode.
There's a clue in the title.
Yes, there is. Men. There are a lot of
That's
men
right.
in this band.
That's right.
Could be the Beatles. There were 4 of them. John, Ringo,
George
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
Yes. The lads from Liverpool.
Hello, it's me, Gilgamesh.
It's me, John Lennon, the biggest creep in the world.
What's happening, John? How
Hello,
come no one-
Gilgamesh.
I wish people talked about me more.
Oh, well, unfortunately, we kept you in the closet.
Well, remember when the girls were throwing jelly babies at us?
Oh, jelly baby's me favorite candy. Is that what those are?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's right.
And 10 more minutes. That's a Ben Schwartz.
That's right. Whatever happened to him?
What else? Maybe we'll hear from him.
Hear from him.
But okay, the Peppermen, and then also Neil Campbell was a guest on this episode.
Is it not Camp Bell?
It's written like Camp Town Ladies.
Right.
But a bell instead of Town Ladies.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I remember how to spell it, for sure.
Right, but it's Campbell.
Campbell.
By the way, you should ask
Campbell.
what his name should be. That's an interesting teaser.
Okay.
Yes, you should ask him about that because it's not his personality at all.
All right.
It's a cryptic clue anyway. But the Peppermen, Neil Campbell comes out at the end and he has something interesting to talk about. So let's hear that. This is number 14.
Number 14.
Comedy Bang Bang, we are back here with Zach Galifianakis, our good friend of the show, good friend in life. He told me what I wrote that was so funny, and I agree it was funny. But we cannot share it with the listeners here because it was a private exchange between the two of us. And we have speaking of a private exchange, let's open it up a little more and make it a little less exclusive by inviting another good friend of ours to the show here. John Daly is with us.
How's it going, guys?
It is going.
How you doing, Zach?
John,
What's
nice
up,
to see
Scott? How's it going?
The sky, for one.
Nice.
Clouds, space shuttles.
All right. Yeah.
Satellites?
Not anymore. Space shuttles shut down.
That's true.
Yeah.
Got to update my joke.
Yeah.
John, a lot of people know you from the show. You've been on the show many times.
Yeah.
You,
Played many characters.
Bill Cosby Bukowski.
Bill Cosby Bukowski, Frasier Boss.
Dr. Frasier Boss.
Zappity Tappity. Many characters. But, yeah.
Let's put all that aside. Let's talk to you as you.
Let's talk to me as me. And Zach and I have a podcast that we're going to be premiering pretty soon on Earwolf that is called The Peppercast.
Peppercast.
And
sounds exciting.
Yeah. It's great. It's we've Zach and I. Zach's a little bit older than me, but we've lived in Los Angeles for a while, and the reality of our lives is we're in show business, and we know the Peppers. And
wait. When you say do you mean the
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
RHCPs?
Yeah, we're a huge Peppermint. Like we're a huge Peppermint in general, but we also happen to know. To know the Peppers.
So you started out as fans, but now you're friends?
We started out as super fans, and then eventually just from living in LA and living our lives, and we eventually got to know the Peppers.
Ran into the Peppers once at a party, or what? What happened?
Well, we first of all, the Peppermint is the group that John started.
It's the fan club.
Red Hot Chili Pepper fans.
We got a theme song, and
theme
song.
Deadhead's Grateful Dead.
Sure.
Fish Heads?
Popperheads. Popperheads, John Popper, and the Blues Traveler.
So we're the Peppermint.
We're the Peppermint.
What's the theme song? Can we?
I don't know if there's a theme song, but there's a lot of great.
He just said there's a theme song.
Well,
what do you mean?
Well, there's not. It's a theme. It's a song. Well, it's in a way a tribute song, and it's called Abracadalifornia.
Abracadalifornia.
Yeah, and it goes a little something like this.
Okay.
Bing a bong, Burbank. Giggy, gliggy, 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 Glendale. Bing a bong, Burbank. Giggy, gliggy, gliggy, Abracadabra, Californication is the best. And
so that's the theme song for the Peppermint.
Well, for the Peppermint.
So you sing that when you guys meet?
Yeah, and we let's just say when we meet in a basement, and we got one sock on, and it's not on our feet. Okay.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on.
Yeah. Well,
Let me catch up to this.
The pepper tradition. I don't know if you're into the Peppers,
sock's
but
not on the feet, but it's on someplace else.
Yeah.
I'm assuming probably not the hands, because that would be kind of normal, like although it's sort of funny.
The dick.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Got it.
And,
loud and clear.
I've been on the podcast a few times. A little maybe of what I've been up to, but Zach, everyone knows what Zach's been up to. Zach, you were Flea's midwife.
Yeah.
Midwife for Flea's wife?
Yeah, whoever the lady is in his life.
Wait, you don't know who?
Well,
who you were the midwife to?
Well, Flea has a I don't want to talk out of term, but there's,
Well, yeah. He's pretty open about it.
When you're intimate with the Red Hots.
Yeah.
The Peppers.
He likes to call them the Peppers. I like to call them the Red Hots.
The Peppers, yeah.
Anyone call them the Chilies? Or Chili Peps? I know a lot of people call them the
Chili Peps. That's cool. That's cool. I could get it.
Have you guys not thought of this in all your meetings?
Chili Peps.
Seems like this would have been territory that was well covered.
I'll have to look through the minutes.
John, do you mind singing the song again?
Which
just to really call the meeting to order?
The theme song.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's pretend we're doing it right now. Let's pretend we're meeting.
Do you want me to lay down any kind of funky bass?
Can you do a Reggie Watts kind of
no
bass
problem.
line?
Here we go. Ready? First I'll do the drum track and
yeah. Bing a bong, Burbank. Gig a glig a glig a glig a Glendale. Bing a bong, Burbank. Glig a glig a glig. The target there is much better than the target in Hollywood. It's got an escalator that goes upstairs. You can can put your shopping cart on the teeth. Oh yeah! Ice is cold, fire's hot. I got a lot of sperm in my fucking nuts, motherfucker. Yeah, yeah. Bing a bong a bong a bong. Burbank, glig Glendale. Podcasts are fun because I do it. And screw it. Tell me, Lord, what the pepperman say. Tell me, Lord, what the pepperman say. Tell me, Lord, what the pepperman say. Hit it, Flea. Hit the baseline. Cool drums. Good drumming on that.
Very good. That's a good version. I like that.
Yeah, and
I love how he called out the peppermint. That must be a thrill for...
That took us a long time to get that in that song.
Yeah. I mean, it should start with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have to get to our next guest, of course, and you know, we can further talk about the peppers on your podcast, of course. But let's turn to Neil Campbell's on the show. Welcome back, Neil.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
You've been on the show several times before. You always have something interesting going on.
Yep.
And what I found interesting when you contacted me this time about coming on the show was that you said you're now a playwright.
Sounds so weird to say playwright, but yeah, I guess I am a playwright now.
Wow. So you've written your first play?
I'm working on it.
Okay. So you're a playwright, and that's what you wanted to come on to talk about?
Well, yeah. I mean, I just feel like, the theater.
Oh.
It's just such like a magical place.
Oh, yeah. Zach, John, did either of you guys start in the theater?
No, but Flea did. I mean, I don't know what to go back on.
No, we can. Yeah, we can talk about Flea.
No, I don't want to take Neil.
We can talk
I'm
about.
happy to discuss.
Yeah, we can talk about Flea.
Flea played Tony in his sophomore year production of West Side Story, and sang Maria, and realized I don't have the pipes for this. I don't have the skills. So we tried straight acting, did the straight play. It was The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie.
Did The Mousetrap, did Raisin in the Sun, did...
burned through a bunch of classics.
Yeah.
Came to New York, tried his hand, all the while.
Tony and Tina's wedding.
Back with the bass, with the bass.
I played Tony in Tony. A lot of people don't remember that. It was me, Raphael Sadiq, and another guy. I never got his name. But
wow,
you won a Tony for that as well.
I did. It was weird.
He also did Cat on a Hot Chili, Red Hot Chili.
Cat on the Red Hot Chili.
Excuse me 1 second. We need to pause to hear exactly what you're saying. Please.
It's not. I don't remember the details.
Wait. You're talking about Cat on a Hot Chili Pepper Roof?
Thank you. God.
Oh, that's
years.
by California Williams.
All right. So anyway, the theater, Neil, is your new love.
It is. I mean, it's one of the. If you've ever been in the theater.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You know, I mean, they say that when you're up on stage, you dance with the gods. Because only gods and artists can create.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess you're right.
Yeah. Because you're sitting in the theater, the lights go down. When they come up, you don't know where you're going to be.
No.
You know, you could be in a dingy tenement apartment.
Okay.
Or a majestic palace. A hippie loved-in or a war-torn battlefield. You never know.
You never know. I mean, I guess if you read the reviews before you go to the play,
the program.
Yeah, sometimes it has that Act 1, 1946, a tenement house, so then you would know.
Sure. You could find, there are literally hundreds of ways you could spoil it for yourself.
But you don't suggest that.
No.
Do you, what do you think people should do when they go to the theater? Should they know anything about a play?
No.
Should they not even the title?
They shouldn't even look at the marquee as they enter.
They should just sight unseen pay for a theater ticket and just walk in and see whatever is playing.
Sit down, face the correct direction.
Okay, good. That's a good step.
What if I would pay? I could pay a woman to blindfold me and lead me into the theater, so I know absolutely nothing.
What if you could pay one of the Chili Peppers to do that,
or one of the Chili Peppers, or one of their wives if they're busy?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
I think the theater has a strong tradition of rock stars' wives leading people into the theater because rock stars are too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to text them and see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the theater has a long tradition of people texting rock stars' wives.
Yes.
To see if they're too busy or not.
To blindfold you.
To blindfold them as they walk in, so that okay, we all know that. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, you're sitting there. You don't know where it's going to. Then you don't know who's going to enter. It could be a beautiful princess. It could be a recovering alcoholic desperately eyeing a bottle of booze. A salesman, a sucker. Anyone could walk through those doors.
Yeah. Anyone. Wow.
Again, maybe you looked at the cast list ahead of time.
Sure.
But let's assume you're going with our first plan.
And there is something of the disbelief. The what do you call that? The
suspension
of disbelief, where like an actor will walk in and I'll go, oh, hey, I know who that actor is. And then they'll start talking. I'll be like, they're not talking about being an actor.
Right.
They're talking about some stupid shit about, like, I just bought this house and I'm going to leave it to my...
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got to go, no. You're actually watching...
I'm activating my disbelief. I should
Yes.
be suspending it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm rambling on a bit about my love of the theater.
No,
That's because I've been trying to write my own play lately.
I love talking about the theater. I mean, we had Justin Kirk on a while back, and we talked about the theater. So it's one of my favorite topics.
It's great. I love it. I mean, but it can be intimidating to write your own play.
I can imagine. I mean,
you're a writer. You're familiar with the scourge of the blank screen.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't do it on a computer. I do it longhand.
Oh, I'm Smith Corona for me.
Oh, okay.
But it's an art form. It's already been mastered by O'Neill, by Chekhov, Ibsen, Beckett,
Pinter,
Shakespeare, for God's sakes.
Let's not forget about him, right?
So
yeah.
what can I say that they haven't already said?
I guess you're right. That must be difficult.
That was the problem I was having. But then you know what? The answer came to me in the words of the immortal bard himself. To thine own self be true.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which the Peppers, not to get back on them,
please, let's get back on them.
The Peppers,
Absolutely, yeah.
they had a sound that
Punk, funk.
no one else was thinking of combining all
P-funk.
these. Well, P-Funk did,
P-funk.
yeah, punk and funk, yeah.
P-funk, but they weren't... P-funk
Well, that
was
was
funk.
short
They
for
weren't
Parliament
punk.
Funkadelic,
Yeah.
more than punk and funk.
Chili Peppers, Chippers.
The
is
Chippers, yeah.
especially Flea, was influenced heavily by Bootsy Collins and Merle Haggard, musicians, all different sorts and stripes.
So, but to their own selves, their own selves, they were true.
To thine own self be true.
Yeah.
True of all the Peppers.
If you could do that in play form,
Exactly.
with your writing, then
You can't keep comparing yourself to the greats. If you're a new rock band, you can't compare yourself to
the
Peppers.
Chippers. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You have to just be true to yourself, your own experience.
Yeah.
And
that's what you're trying to do.
write
with
the
your
truth
play?
as I know. Exactly. So, my play, if you don't mind if I just kind of describe it a bit for you here.
I mean, that's sort of antithetical to what you say we should do in the theater, that we shouldn't know anything about it. But if you really want to do that, I guess.
It's like my license plate says. Life is full of contradictions.
Your actual license plate or the frame around it?
No, the license plate.
That's a long vanity license plate.
I don't think it's legal.
Okay. Well,
So, yeah, my play,
your play, tell us about
it's
it.
not about salesmen. It's not about East Village bohemians or star-crossed lovers. It's about something a little bit more personal to me. It's about a hybrid goose man who escapes from the lab where he was created after falsely being accused of murder and goes on the run with a rapping android named Oil Slick 2.0. I mean, if you ask me, that sounds about as good as Hamlet.
So, okay. To your own self be true, and you wrote about you say it's a hybrid goose man?
Hybrid goose man.
What do you mean by that when you say a hybrid goose man?
Is it Ryan Gosling?
Well, we haven't cast it yet. Right now, it just exists on the page.
Okay, so part goose, part man.
Yes, exactly. I mean, well, I can get into this.
Okay, yeah,
Because
yeah.
right now you just know the story. But you can't just have a story when you're putting together a play. You got to have great characters.
Sure.
Blanche Dubois. It's a great character. But my play doesn't have an aging Southern belle. It doesn't even have an old salesman like Willie Loman.
Keep mentioning the salesman. You kind of hung up on this salesman guy.
I haven't noticed.
Okay.
But you know what it would have? A vampire who works as a hitman for the Yakuza.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what's important to me
Okay.
in this modern day and age.
Huh. So that's in your play about a hybrid goose man.
Yes.
You have another character that's a vampire
Who's a hitman for the Yakuza. Well, he's on the run, and that's who's chasing him.
Oh,
the
the Gooseman's on the run.
With Oil Slick 2.0.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
And you know, my play, it may not have the acerbic wordplay of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, but it does have snake guns.
Snake guns.
Those are guns that shoot snakes. They have replaced regular guns in this dystopian future society.
Oh. Because bullets were too effective, or they were not effective enough?
Let's just say the government changed their mind about the Second Amendment.
Okay.
Sorry to get political here.
So go on. Snake guns. They
guns.
shoot snakes at you, and I guess the snakes are propelled towards the characters and then bite the
you.
people?
Yes, exactly.
Are these bullet-sized snakes, or are they
full-size
snakes?
They're
Great
full-size
question.
snakes.
Great question.
That was a great question. They are full-size snakes.
Sure.
It's like
How
a
do
rifle.
they fit into the gun? Or
They're like long rifles,
okay,
like Revolutionary War style.
okay. Like muskets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Snake
it's funny.
muskets.
The musket is the snake's natural enemy out in the wild.
Oh, I never thought about that. That's what that song "Musket Love" is all about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And you know,
Musket love.
plays spectacle. That's an important part of a play. Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah. You have to these days.
But you know, my play, it doesn't have a falling chandelier.
Like the Phantom with our good friend of the show, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Exactly. But it does have a sequence where Oil Slick 2.0 does a choreographed dance with a gang of Hispanic teenagers. And then because of that, they help him win his next fight. I don't know.
Sounds interesting.
I don't know. You know what? That feels a little bit more truthful to me than dusting off some old classic like Death of a Salesman.
Wow, you really don't like Death of a Salesman.
It's a classic. It's one of my favorites.
Zach, what do you think about this? Does this sound like a juicy role that maybe
Which
you...
one?
I don't know. There's so many, I know. The vampire, the...
Oil
The
slick?
vampire? The
Which-
half goose, half man?
Yes.
Which half is which, by the way?
It's one half of the double helix is Goose, the other half of the double helix is man.
So it's all just mixed
It's just
together.
Inherent
yeah.
in his
Mhm.
DNA. Oh, wow. What's he look like more?
Howard the Duck.
So he looks exactly like Howard the Duck?
Yes.
Does he talk like him, too?
I suppose that's what the stage directions say.
Is he a duck or a goose?
No.
No.
So he looks like Howard the Duck, yet he's a goose.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
No, I see that. Good.
Interesting.
Good.
All right. Keep going.
Okay,
And the
well-
name of the play, does it have a name yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper.
All right.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like you could just King Lear, the Cherry Orchard,
Sure.
Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. It fits right in.
It does.
Yeah, the long lineage and tradition of...
It kind of reminds me of Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
It really does.
It's a mouthful, but it
I
flows.
wonder if Keeds could ever rap... Maybe he could do the music for this show.
For the play?
For the play.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of musicians like Branford Marsalis, Wynton,
love Branford Marsalis.
Wynton Marsalis,
I love Wynton.
was it Branford? I can't remember. One of those guys. They've started doing music for plays now.
Yeah. Branford sax, Wynton's trumpet.
Man, that might be. Would you be open to that at all? Neil?
I'd love that. Theater's all about collaboration.
What's the title again?
Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper.
What would that sound like?
I think Keats could wrap his mind around that.
Let's hear a little bit of that.
I love this.
Hey, yeah,
Here we go.
well,
Do you need to look at the or do you remember it?
I remember that. No. Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. I'm a motherfucking really cool guy. I'm a motherfucking really cool guy. Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. Spectacle we don't focus on. Oil Slick is a fucking guy that we're friends with. Let me start over.
Oh yeah.
I think I should start over. I don't think I really did it justice.
Yeah.
Say the name of the thing again.
Quacker's Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper.
Blackers, Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. Blackers, Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. Blackers, Featherbeak's Cuckoo Caper. I'm at the Nikitas. I have a big penis. I put a sock on it. Before I rock it, at Lollapalooza, 92, 93, how were you? Back in the day, I had AIDS, but I didn't ever get good grades in school. I was on different drugs and then I went to the pool and went swimming. Oh, let's get some ducks. Look like Howard the Duck. I want to fuck some duck. I'm a fucking guy that likes to fuck people in costumes at Comic-Con. I stick my dick out of a hole in a costume. And
Does
that work?
I do have some
something
notes.
like that.
I don't know if you like, if that, does
Here's
that
the-
encapsulate the theme?
Yes.
I thought
notes.
it started pretty great.
Okay,
That's
cool.
the title of the play. I will say the play set in this dystopian future society
Yep.
has all these characters. A song where, I don't know, 20 seconds in, it just becomes Anthony Kiedis talking about his own life.
Well, I wasn't trying to answer any questions.
It would be tough to see how that would fit.
I was trying to leave the audience. I do challenging stuff, so
I understand.
it's kind of meanders at the end. 'cause
But
it's open-ended.
there's hope. It started well, you say.
It started well.
So
you said the
with-
title of the play, you mentioned a couple characters and that Anthony Kiedis talked about.
See, that's
his
where I
own
thought.
life.
I thought it started to
to
heat up there. That's where I thought it started to really go. But
He did admit he had AIDS
yeah, well,
in the middle of that.
during that time,
As well as an admission of not getting good grades, as I recall.
Right.
yeah, it didn't get good grades. Had nothing to do with getting AIDS.
Number 1 for
Oh, good clip, huh?
I really enjoyed that clip.
That was a good
now,
one.
full disclosure, I'd heard it before.
You have.
I heard the episode when it.
You're never on the show, but you're a listener.
Well, that's why it's so exciting to be here because I'm such a huge fan of the show.
Did you win a contest to be on here? or what
Yes, I
exactly-
did.
Oh, good.
That's right.
Did you put down a winning bid?
Yes, I did.
Who did you outbid and how much did you pay?
I think I outbid Sir Richard Branson, so this feels great.
Yes.
And I paid $100.
Okay.
He's stingy. He's rich, but he's stingy.
What was his bid?
I think it was $99.
Oh, my gosh.
And he just wouldn't. He wouldn't go to.
He just
100.
wouldn't go up.
He
He's
wouldn't
like,
do it.
3 digits? No, thank
It's like
you.
it's $1 more, Sir
2
Richard.
zeros? Pass.
Why don't you do more characters?
I don't know. I'm no good at them.
Oh, you're poor at them.
By the way, thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, I do a character on your podcast.
What?
The Dead Authors Podcast.
That's very true.
People should listen to this.
You've done 2 characters now on that show.
But there's an episode that was just released where
That's
I
right.
do a man whose name I cannot even remember.
That's the most recent episode. You play Clement Clark Moore, the author of A Visit from St. Nicholas, more commonly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And
I didn't do the S on that, like I promised.
That's. Thank you. Oh, I hope there was not a B in there somewhere that I accidentally pronounced.
Nope.
The show is done in front of an audience, so we wear costumes because we're portraying characters. And you showed up with a suit jacket. You just turned up the collar on your shirt, wrapped a tie around your neck in a way that people don't wear ties.
Yes.
And you said, "I think I'm too old to have costumes at the ready anymore."
Yes. I used to have a bunch of costumes in
Probably
a
had like a
closet.
little. Yes, of course.
And I would go, oh, this is my thing that I use when I do this type of character. This is my thing. And then I just, recently I was like, you know what? Why am I keeping costumes around the house to be used one time a year? So I got rid of them all, and I just didn't have anything. But it turned out okay. It looked okay.
It looked okay in the photo.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
It looked interesting. Yeah,
But-
I think people will be intrigued enough that they will say, "I'm going to listen to that podcast episode."
But people can hear Neil Campbell from the previous Kip and Clip.
He played Kip on Bosom Buddies.
He did.
That's what his name should be.
People can hear Neil and I in that episode. They should seek that out. That is the Dead Authors Podcast. You, as H.G. Wells, are the host of that.
That's right.
And,
Neil Campbell played Irving Berlin.
author of White Christmas.
That's right.
Yes. So now, before we take our next break, we have what I like to call a bonus clip. And this is from episode 197, a few before these last two that we've heard. This is from an episode called Please Clarify. Please Clarify. This was an episode with Tim Heidecker and John Daly, who we just heard. But you're not going to hear really much of anything from them because this is all Paul Rust all the time doing his patented new no-nos. This was a very requested bonus clip, and these are his new no-nos for 2013. Let's hear that right now. Clip. From what I understand, Paul, you called me up a couple of days ago. You said, hey, man, are you doing a show? You doing a live stream? You doing a podcast? What are you doing?
What did I say? Scott, I am cheesed.
You're cheesed
I
off.
am peeved. I am ticked, pissed, and ornery.
All right. Well, I love to hear what you're so cheesed off about. We all tend to get cheesed in our lives, but what you do is you get cheesed and you just turn that somehow, you like comedy Rumpelstiltskin, you turn that straw into gold. And so
I like to say a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I just show the crazy things we do.
All right. I cannot wait. All right. So, Paul, Rust, what do you need from us for new no-nos?
I just need you to start the clock.
Oh!
Yeah. New no-nos, people. New no-nos. What's up with these gas prices, huh? They're always fluctuating. Some days they're up. Some days the gas prices are down. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we make the gas prices all the same price? And we just pay one down payment. $10 a gallon. New no-no. Every gallon's $10.
And wait, we buy it, we make a down payment on them?
Hey, it's not going up, it's not going down, it just stays $10.
But could we... Okay, so, I get it. Okay, so you're not paying a...
You're paying more now.
Okay.
New no-no. How many of you got teenagers, huh? Oh, boy.
Theo!
Hey, remember when getting sent to your room used to be a punishment? Now with all these Nintendos and TVs and guitars, it's a vacation going to your room. Hey, I got an idea. What if the kids went to the parents' room? No. What if the parents went to their room? No. Parents are going to the parents' bedroom now.
Oh, they'd probably just have sex in there.
I'll run that by Claire.
Poor
I don't think
kid.
it'll be popular.
No. Have you ever seen a movie and you go, yeah, I think I've seen this where before, huh?
Seen this where before?
I've seen this where before.
Sure. I've done that. We've all done that.
Hey, I liked The Lincoln Lawyer the first time I saw it, when it was called The Lincoln Lawyer. I saw it twice. No. I saw Lincoln Lawyer twice, and I thought they were separate viewing experiences each time.
Oh, that's a good new no-no.
No. You ever go into a restaurant and the food they serve you is boiling hot? Burn your mouth? No. All food should be cold now.
I like that, actually.
Give me a big old plate of ice cold spaghetti. Maitre d'.
Really, the maitre d' helps you out with that? He usually just seats you, makes sure everything...
No, the maitre d's serving me now.
Okay, great. I appreciate that one.
Hey, what about these people who talk so loudly on their cell phones in public places?
I hate them.
They drive me nuts. These are the people I'm talking about who cheese me off.
Yeah.
Hey, I got an idea. If I can't hear the other side of your conversation, then maybe I'll just go home and imagine what that side of the conversation is and perform it all by myself. You moron. You like that, you dum-dum?
All right. Wow.
Nice.
You want a couple more new no-nos?
Yes. Are you that cheese to give us two more? You must
I'm so cheese. New no-no. What's up with hand dryers, huh? The hot air comes up, it goes down. Why can't it come out in a little Tasmanian devil-like cyclone that I have to chase around the bathroom to get my hand dry? No, hot air is a cartoon cyclone now.
Okay.
That would be fun. One more? Do you have one more new no-no?
One more. New no-no. Teachers who assign homework on Fridays?
God, I hate that.
How about this, Teach? Every bit of homework we have to do, you have to do.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Wow.
Definitely don't make that one your closer.
Check my website. Check my website. I'm selling some of my snotty shirts.
Snotty shirts? When you say that, what do
They're
you mean?
my snotty shirts. I got one just in. It's no, I'm not being sarcastic.
No, that's
I like that. Maybe you could get in on this.
I don't
Maybe
know.
you could
I'm
show them the Square app.
I don't think
Tim,
so.
if you want to help me out, man, you know I'm a
Maybe
big fan.
Maybe if you guys know, if you know a shirt distributor, you could use them for something.
Hey!
Talk right into the mic if you're going to say something that
Maybe
golden. Clip. All right. Oh, great new no-nos, huh?
How does he do it?
Why does he do it?
When does he do it?
Well, he did it right then in episode 197.
All my journalistic questions have been answered then.
All right. We have to take a break. When we come back, we will hear your number 13 episode, your 13th episode right after this Comedy Bang Bang. Hey everyone, Scott Aukerman here. We have a new sponsor, and I am excited by them. Let me tell you their name. That's a drum roll, by the way. That's not me just going like I'm a crazy person. I mean, I was twirling my finger next to my head while I said that. But anyway, Slingbox! Slingbox! Do you have friends who have a Slingbox? I have a friend who has a Slingbox, and I have jealously coveted it for years, and I never thought I could get one. I always thought, oh, that's some rich person's device. You know what? Well, guess what? Anyone can get it. You can get it right now because we have a great deal. First of all, let me tell you about it. Slingbox is the only way to take your entire television experience with you wherever you go. Slingbox has all of your live TV channels and what's recorded on your DVR, and it delivers it to you wherever you are. In the office, at a cafe, watching a Broadway play. Watch a TV show while you're watching a play. Multitask. Really, any geographical location, Slingbox gets your TV to you. A lot of TV providers say they're going to do it. Check that fine print, buddy. They're lying. Some don't work unless you're on Wi-Fi. Others have just a small number of channels available. Most of them don't even work if you travel internationally. Well, Slingbox does it all. Slingbox turns your tablet, smartphone, or laptop into a great portable television. You can watch it on a big screen TV if you want by using an Apple TV, a WDTV media player. Don't know what that is, but it sounds cool if you have one. Great. A Sony Internet player with Google TV, Netgear, Neo TV. Guys, it's a weird world out there with a lot of TV, but this Slingbox thing works everywhere. But how does it work? Oh, are you ready for a 15-minute long explanation? Well, you don't have to be because it's this easy. Get a Slingbox, hook it up to your cable or satellite box, connect it to the internet, boom, 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 it's done. It's that easy. Now you can watch your TV anywhere and all without monthly fees. Slingbox has this special offer I wanted to tell you about. Go to slingbox.com/bangbang. You get $30 off. That's amazing. Plus free shipping on a new Slingbox. That's slingbox.com/bangbang. $30 off plus free shipping on a new Slingbox. You don't have to be a rich person anymore. Get it today. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Paul F. Tompkins is my guest.
Bang Bang. Paul F. Tompkins, guest.
And we're up to your number 13 episode. Still not quite sure how to do these. This is episode 13.
Number 13.
This is from episode 211. All right, we've heard clips from episode 203, 204. This is from 211.
So 211 is the 13th favorite episode.
Yes. Okay, this is your pick for number 13.
Well,
this is an episode, yes.
Maybe not my pick. Oh, you're talking the audience.
Yeah, collectively.
I see.
This is your pick, yes.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
This is from Lucky 13, by the way. This is from episode 211. This is an episode called April Fools.
Ooh, sounds fun.
April Fools. Now, let me set this up for you a little bit.
Please.
This is with two people, John Hamm.
He's one.
And Nick Kroll.
He's the other.
Okay, now, John and Nick, they've been on the show many times together.
You know, they're friends of the show.
You know John from Mad Men. You know Nick from The League and Kroll Show.
Sure.
This is it's a testament to how good this part of the show was, that the early part of the show, John was very late for. Right. He had a very late Mad Men call.
Sure.
Woke up as the show was going on, I think, and texted us, like, I'll be there in 10 minutes, like, scrambled to get out here. And so we did a good portion of the early part of the show, just me and Nick talking about John Hamm's texts. And then when John got here, he read his texts as Don Draper. So those were fun. But this is an interesting part of the show where a couple of, well, first of all, one old friend of the show drops by, and then we meet a new friend of the show.
A new old friend.
He is an old friend now, but he was new then. So let's hear that. This is clip number 13.
Number 13.
Is it exciting for you to know that your character on Mad Men is descended from cavemen?
Aren't we all? Let me think about it.
When you
No,
think
I'd
about
say
it,
Don Moore. He's a real hunter, right?
Sort of a hunter.
does that pop into your head ever when you're doing a scene of like, oh, holy shit, every human being was once a caveman?
That's literally
Did
the
they know
defining
that?
thought
Did
about most of my scenes. When I'm staring out a window, when
Right.
I'm drinking and smoking, I'm like, you guys, we're all cavemen.
Do you ever, when you're
by
doing...
the way, amazing, and because I'm like in the 60s, right?
Right.
I'm like, by the way, great mascot for an insurance company. Someday,
Yeah.
someday,
One day.
someday.
Did Don run the Geico account?
Yeah, he started it.
When you're doing a scene, do you ever have like a bit of human modern knowledge pop in your head, like a picture of a computer, and it just like takes you out of the scene? Like, oh, holy shit, I'm envisioning a computer.
Yes and no, because I'm an adult and I think about other things all the time.
But do you have
Don-
to
but
stop
Don-
down and say
Yeah,
to the
but
crew,
yes,
like,
Art.
guys, I just thought about a computer. I'm sorry,
Don's
I
an
ruined the
innovator.
take.
He's
Guys,
seeing into the future.
Atari.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Guys, sorry, I thought
Sorry.
of it. I thought of Pac-Man.
Sorry, Atari.
Sorry, ruin the take.
Can we
ruin
go
the
back?
take.
Can we go back?
But I think that Don Draper knows that, so that's what makes him such an icon.
You
in
think
his
he's
industry.
a futurist?
You're right.
You
You're
know?
right.
So
You're
he
exactly
sees
right.
where everything is going.
Now, like for example, he's obsessed with carousels.
Exactly.
And the musical carousel.
Is that what this season is about?
I loved you.
They're doing a revival of
He
carousel.
just
and
does all of Billy Bigelow's lines.
Maybe a dream ballet in the middle of the... You know
Why
what I mean?
not?
Yeah.
Well, we have one more season to explore that.
Is this one more left?
Yeah.
Just one more, yeah. Let's talk about some of the products that you guys are doing on the show this year, like some of the things that the ad agency. Let me guess, socks?
We have a sock account.
Okay.
I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, but Hanes comes in. You know, Hanes, where do
Gotta
we
get
get our
that.
Hanes on you? That's
that-
that's a modern slogan. I did not make that up.
Okay.
We any other ones?
Yeah, I would imagine plugs, like electrical plugs.
We don't have any plugs. But
Today's show is sponsored by Blood.
blogs.
Wait a minute, who's this?
Blogs.
Es el chupacabra.
Los enchufadoras.
Sí. Los enchufadoras.
Enchufadoras.
Is this two chupacabras or is this just
Sí.
one? Oh my God,
Tenemos dos.
There are two chupacabras now.
Chupa, you have a brother that I don't know about?
El chupacabro.
Chupacabro, how are you? It's so
El
nice to meet you.
gemelo. The twin.
He's my twin brother.
You have a twin brother, and we
Yes,
we've
he's
never...
been stuck in Mexico for the last many years. Now he has joined us.
Down in Jalisco.
Welcome to the States. This is such a pleasure to meet
Gracias,
you.
Scott Aukerman.
Have you ever met Nick Kroll and John Hamm?
Sí.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Johan. Welcome on. How are you?
Wait a minute, you've met John Hamm several times, Chupacabra.
Yeah.
And yet you haven't, and you say
Pero
you have.
yo.
No, but he's from another country. He's never been here.
Wait, you guys are twins. Have you been, like, swapping, or not bodies, obviously,
Sí.
but have you been, like, taking each other's places?
Chupacabro, ¿sabe? Juan Jamón es el star de...
Mamen.
You see, los hombres enojados.
Los hombres enojados. Mamen.
My man. I told him all about the show. My man. Pero en México es los hombres
Hombres
enojados.
enojados.
Oh, of course,
Sí.
yes. How roughly translated, that's the...
Yeah, they call it madman.
Yeah.
Don Draper.
Don Dropper?
Don Draper.
Donde Dropper?
No. Don Draper.
Don Draper.
Don Draper.
Sí, Don Draper. In Mexico, in Mad Men, Los Hombres Enojados is a show about a man who is a prince. Don Draper. Don Draper.
So he's a prince, really.
He rules all that he surveys.
Yes.
And now, is this done mainly in the dialogue that it takes the play? Because obviously you don't reshoot an entirely new show.
He's dubbed.
It's doblado.
It's the doblado.
What does that mean?
Dubbed. Means it's the Don Draper. When you hear Don Draper in Mexico,
Es un voz diferente.
Dubbed.
Yeah.
Dubbed, yes. So it's all... So,
El Chupacabro, that's the voice.
I know
of
the voice.
Don Draper.
you do the voice
I
of
know
Don
the
Draper.
voice.
So you have to replace all the dialogue, and all the dialogue is replaced with mentions of him being a prince. He's a prince?
Well, he's the prince of his domain.
Okay, so he doesn't work in an advertising agency in Mexico.
Well, sort of.
Okay.
He is the Don. He is
El
He's
Don.
the Don. Oh, I
El
get
Don.
it. Okay.
El
yeah.
Don del,
El jefe.
This family that all live in a weird, non-home-looking place, and this is his principality.
Oh, okay, so when he's at work in the Mexican version of the show, that actually is where he lives, and all like Roger and everyone like that is his family. Is that what you're saying?
So,
Okay, what an interesting show.
yes, it's you should hear him do the lines like the flatness.
The flatness line. I would love to hear. Yeah, El Chupacabro do some of those lines.
Well, sure.
Say, I will here.
Don't
let me
have to
tell you
twist
something.
your arm, huh?
No, he's
Okay.
this guy.
Okay,
Here we go.
momentito.
It's a different process in Mexico.
Yeah, he's really got to get into it.
Flatness somehow equals alarm.
Say, and it's in English.
Right,
We do the
he
whole
says it
thing
in
in English.
Wait a minute. Why are you
In Mexico.
Why are you
Because
dubbing
in
the
Mex-
show in English? If it-
Because that's how it sounds.
so just to have the accent?
This is all in Spanish right now. English is all the same. Neither of us speak Spanish very well.
Wait, I've never known this about you, El Chupacabra.
Why do you think we speak in English casi todo el tiempo?
Because that's the audience.
That's
The
the
audience
audience.
is important to understand.
Do you know that AMC beat Univision
Whoa.
in Mexico?
It's crazy. So Univision does better here than it does in
Yes,
Mexico.
it's not very popular.
Wow. So
Because it's all in Spanish.
so you're from Mexico and you don't know any Spanish at all, practically.
We speak Spanish. Hablamos un poco
poquito de español,
pero...
This doesn't make any sense. But I'm learning so many interesting things about you. Like
You didn't know I had a twin brother in
No.
Chupacabro.
I have to confess, the last few
Hey.
times you've been on the show, it's
Scott
been sort
Aukerman.
Yes.
Just ask a question.
Just ask a question.
Wait,
This is how we
We're
function.
right here.
How am I supposed to know to ask the question, do you have a twin brother who has a very similar name to
Show
you?
some interest.
Say,
Okay, all right.
Taking your fellow man.
I'm so sorry. Okay, can I ask you some questions, El Chupacabro?
Sí.
What was your mother like?
Well, Mama.
She was a beautiful woman. She was with many men.
Lovely. She was lovely.
She was a lovely woman. She
Lovely.
was with many
many
men.
men?
Many men.
Do you share the same father?
No.
No.
Wow. So
Claro que no.
you're
Claro que-
did your mother have sex with two different men in one night,
Yes.
and one of you is from one of them, and one of you is from the other?
Yeah.
My goodness.
My father was Ray Donaldson.
Ray Donaldson?
Ray Donaldson.
Wait, Ray Donaldson. Why is that ringing?
You
a
may
bell?
know his name. He plays the actor who plays the most interesting man in the world.
Oh, yes, that
On
guy.
the Dos
But this
Dos
was
Equis
when he
commercial,
was
said.
not the actor
No.
playing the character of the most
He
interesting
was
man in the world.
just the most
okay.
interesting man in
Named
the
Ray
world.
Donaldson.
Interesting.
And my father
There it is.
Ray Kroc.
Who was,
of the Ray
who
of
was
the croc.
literally the most interesting man
Yes,
in the world.
the guy who
Because he invented
elevated
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Right, yes.
McDonald's.
I was going to say
There
Carl's
were the
Jr.
two McDonald's brothers.
Right.
Gemelos.
Rick Kroc.
But Ray Kroc
Hermanos.
elevated the company.
Yes.
Franchise.
He was the franchise.
So you come from money, and you just come
No,
from...
no. They both came down. They had their way with her mother. As if she was an old couch. And then we,
Mama was the town bike.
she was a bike but shaped like a couch.
Your mother was a bike.
A very comfortable bike.
Okay,
very
interesting. But
comfortable
that's
bike.
shaped like
Like
a
a
couch.
reclining bike.
Like something you will see at Burning Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand.
Sort of recumbent.
So you have two different fathers. You have a mother who's a bike shaped like a couch.
But
That you...
beautiful.
Okay, but
Beautiful
Beautiful.
Okay, and then you popped out, and your brothers...
We did not pop up. It was a painful birthing experience.
Oh, I can imagine
Because
that
we were-
physiology.
Twins
Yeah.
from different fathers
Yeah.
in the same womb.
Were you conjoined as well?
We were
Connected at the pinky.
at the Pinkies.
At the Pinkies, and
Connected
you're
at
not
the
now,
pinky.
obviously.
No, it
we
was
had
a
that surgery.
fairly simple surgery.
About 9 years ago, we did it. And then I came to the U.S. He stayed.
It took a while.
Wow, I've always wondered why your pinky has looked odd, and
It's
I guess
okay,
I should have
sure.
just.
Who looks at a pinky?
Who looks at a pinky? You know, my favorite cartoon was Animaniacs.
Yeah, with Pinky in the Brain.
Yes.
And the brain.
That Pinky, a lot of people looked at, and it worked out quite nicely for them.
Yes.
Pinky el cerebro.
Wow, so you guys, so why did you just never come to America, El Chupacabro?
Well, I had a pretty good in Mexico.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
Redubbing
it was-
Don Draper's
I had a
lines
good
in
jo- I
accent
had a-
into English.
I had a good job. I had
Had?
a lot of family.
Wait a minute, you had them?
Well,
Why
I
past
still have-
tense?
Pero it's seasonal.
Oh, it's
It's seasonal work. They only make Mad Men every 6 years. One episode every 6 years.
It's sort of catch as catch can.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
That's the other one. He did it. The voice, all the voices for Catch Me If You Can.
All of the voices.
All of the voices.
Tom Hanks, Leo DiCaprio, everybody?
Yes. We did it together.
Police officer number 2?
Yes, he threw me down to do the voiceover.
Wait,
and
you
all
said that he did them all himself, and you're saying you
He
flew
was sick half the time, so I came down. I did the other
We
half.
switch off.
You have very similar voices, so being twins, of course.
Number 1, 3.
Oh, that was a good one. Chupacabro.
He's the brother of El Chupacabra.
That's right.
Behind El Chupacabra.
Now,
Did you see that on HBO?
I did not.
Behind him was El Chupacabra.
That's right.
Yeah.
In the shower.
Yeah, they had plastic surgery to look like each other.
They didn't have to. They're brothers. They already
Exactly.
did it. Oh, it's
That's
just-
the twist at the end.
That was a good clip. That was fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. None of that planned, obviously. And before we go to a break, it is time for a bonus clip. And this is an interesting one. This is now, Paul.
Yes, hello.
I went on tour this year.
So did I.
Yes, with me.
Yeah.
That's right. You were around.
Yeah.
You were in
Wait,
the car.
you were there too.
Yeah, you were in the car the whole time.
Hey, we sat next to each other for hours in a car.
That's right. That's right. That was fun.
Right.
That was fun. Okay, so we did that this year. We hit 15 cities, I believe, or not 15 cities, but we did 15 shows in 12 cities.
days. Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
City a day.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And we released them all. You can buy those at the Earwolf store. A lot of people have said they are great episodes and well worth I believe it's only $25 for a ton of those episodes. I believe you get
Hours and hours of stuff.
Yeah, some of them were super long, and some of them they're all canonical too, with updates on many of our favorite friends of the show. Drop by.
right.
You have Ice-T, you have
That's right.
Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, John C. Reilly. And then special guests like Tom Likas and
Governor Jesse Ventura.
Ventura was there, and
Coco Marx.
Coco Marx. So this is a clip. I'm just going to only play one of these as a bonus clip. They didn't get a lot of votes because not enough people have heard them.
It's too, and Scott, may I say?
Yes.
That's a shame.
That is a shame because some of these are better than any of the episodes.
Those shows were kind of magical, and the crowd was really the crowds were amazing, and it was so much fun, and everybody was kind of at the top of their game.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was an amazing experience, and this is just to give you one of the best moments from that, and to just let you know you should go over there and get those shows because they're great.
You won't be sorry.
This is from San Francisco. This is Doug Benson is there, and this is Werner Herzog talking about a hotel that we were staying at. And this is your bonus clip.
Scott, thank you for having me. Forgive me if this is unorthodox, but I am also staying at the Majestic Hotel, and I would like to read you the review I have composed for Yelp. I lie awake atop the covers of my cruel bed in the absurdly cramped quarters I have procured at the Majestic Hotel. Sweat flows freely from my entire body pooling under me and soaking the preposterous bag of air and stones that serves as the mattress. A clammy apprehension seizes me as I reach for the thermostat above the nightstand. Am I truly controlling anything? Certainly not the temperature. Mankind struggles always to convince itself that machines may give it sway over cold, over heat, but eventually the earth claims every creature, thinking or brainless, and all of us shall share the climate of nothingness. In the dark, through the wall, I hear a cry and the unmistakable sound of the breaking of a human toe. 3 stars.
Clip. All right, great bonus clip, huh?
That was a great. If you want to see that review on Yelp, it's still there.
It's still there.
Username is Werner H. And it's still there.
All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we will have your number 12 clip coming up after this. Hello, friends. Hey, it's me. How are you? Scott Aukerman. I have a question for you. Are you prepared to answer? Please answer honestly. Here we go. Have you signed up with HostGator yet? Oh, some of you said yes. Thank you to you guys. But the rest of you? Come on. What are you waiting for? I mean, HostGator is the easiest and best place to host a website on the internet. Come on, guys. Look, let me give you a very simple analogy, perhaps the simplest analogy I can think of. If people came over to your house for a party, you would offer them food and water. Water only. Nothing carbonated. Nothing alcoholic. You would simply say, here is all the food you want. And to drink, we only have water. Now, if you have a website, you should offer it HostGator. See, guys, it makes sense. Sign up with HostGator today. Let them do all the work. What is HostGator? Okay, let me talk about it. HostGator, it's a flexible and feature-rich web hosting service that's perfect for people who are creating their first website. Or maybe it's perfect for those who have had years of web hosting experience. Let's just call it everybody. Perfect for everybody, okay? HostGator offers unlimited services with unrestricted bandwidth, disk space, and unlimited domains on one plan, so you can host as many websites that your little heart desires under your account as you want, okay? Want to know what the best part about it is, though? I'll tell you. They genuinely care about their customers. If you have a problem, HostGator offers 24/7, 365 days a year phone, chat, and email support. They could just do one of those and they'd be covering their bases, but hit them up at the same time for the trifecta. Call them, chat them, and email them all at the same time. They love it. If you need help anytime, night or day, do all three. So what are you waiting for? Head over to HostGator.com, buy some hosting, get some .nets while you're at it, and use the coupon code BANGBANG to get an extra 25% off and support this show. Comedy Bang Bang, we are back here. Paul F. Tompkins.
I am back here. I am Paul F. Tompkins.
And we are counting down your
you
top
are Scott Aukerman.
15.
We are counting down your top
yes,
15.
We are.
Yes,
we're doing it.
We're doing it. I'm doing it and you're doing it. Everyone is simply doing it.
Let us do that.
Tea Party.
Tea Party or Key
Key
Party?
Party with the Tea Party.
Oh, man.
Hey, you're on Key Party with the Tea Party.
That is a Funny or Die sketch I would love to see.
Let's cast it right now. Who's in it?
Okay.
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle as who? As who's in the Tea Party these days? People are jumping ship.
They really are.
You know what I mean?
Ted Cruz?
Ted
Rob
Cruz.
Riggle is Ted Cruz, absolutely.
That's right. There you go.
There we go.
You got Riggle as Ted Cruz. You got
Michael K. Williams as what's his name? guy. He fucking ran for president. Why can't I think of his name?
Wait, Mitch Romney?
No, Mitch Romney. The pizza chain guy.
Pizza Papa John?
No, Papa John. Yeah, Super
Wait,
Mario
this is the
was his running mate.
Is this the Domino's Noid?
I've avoided him.
Who's this pizza guy?
Why can't I? Herman Cain.
Herman Cain.
Oh.
Rock you like you're Herman Cain.
Exactly.
All right. So, all right. It is just about time for your number 12 clip, but I did. There are a lot of people. They want to know what the top 20 are. So I figured I would just tell you what just barely made it.
These are the 5 that
Barely didn't make it.
That weren't good enough.
That's right. But so
Is
good.
that what you mean to say?
I did mean to say that, yes. But these are 5 that just barely didn't make it out of the
Honorable
the top
mention.
20. Honorable mention. At number 20, we had Please Clarify, which we just heard some before the break of that with Tim Heidecker, Paul Rust, and John Daly.
So close.
At number 19, the creepy Halloween special with Stephen Yun, Paul Rust, Molly Bretthauer, and Nick Weiger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that just barely didn't get in the top
So close.
20 or top 15.
Not
At
good
18, we have Good Felines with Ben Schwartz and Horatio Sands. At 17, Me Gusta Characters with Nick Kroll and Chelsea Peretti.
Close one. Close.
And at number 16, just a few votes shy. Just a few votes. Let me count how many. Just 50 votes shy of getting into the top 15 was The Cake Council with Andy Richter and our good friend Cake Boss.
The Cake Boss. That didn't make it into the top 15?
That did not make it into the top 15.
You should recount those.
Well,
I think there's obviously a mistake.
You think because is that one of your favorites?
For some reason, yes.
That was a
I
great
recall
episode.
it as being an excellent episode.
That's how good this year was. Is those episodes, which could be, the best episodes of any other podcast, didn't even make it into our top 15.
That just seems, well, that one. The other ones I get, but that one seems weird to me.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Check for Chads.
That's my charity, by the way. Check for Chads.
That's right. For every Chad people bring in, you'll give them a check.
Yes, exactly.
So far, how many checks have you given away so far?
Well, only Chad Lowe has ever dropped by, so I've given him one.
Well, it was nice of you to mention him.
It was. He's not around these
Unlike
days.
some people.
Yeah, really. He's not. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
Oscars, snubs, and flubs. Speaking of them.
What
All
about
right.
grubs? Do they ever make it into the year-end list?
They never do.
What are the best grubs of the year?
I've never seen that list before. Your top 10 grubs.
I'd love to see just a list of larvae and maggots.
You're going to get it after that request.
Oh,
I'm
why
sure.
did he say that on a recording?
All right, we have to get to your number 12 episode.
Number 1, 2.
Number 12. This is episode 222.
Like The Room.
Well,
Not the movie, The Room.
It's not like 227, that room.
No. Well, that was an apartment, right?
Yeah, but
or was it the number of the apartment building?
I believe it was the number of the apartment, but that's a room, technically, isn't it?
I thought it was 227 was where everyone lived.
Maybe it was. 227 is a comedy. I remember that.
Yes. And then Room 222 was about a school.
By the way, no one knows that is the promo song for the show 227. I don't know why I still know that, but it went, 227 is a comedy. But I know there's someone out there who knows what that is, and that was what that reference was.
Jack A.
That's right.
And Marla Gibbs, of course.
227 is a comedy.
227.
Oh, Mr. Belvedere.
I'm going out with the doctor tonight.
That's my wife. That's my impression of my wife's impression of Jack A. My wife! God damn it, Scott.
Why?
What's the point of me being married
I know,
if you're going to drop the ball on this?
I'm sorry. You know what? I apologize. You should maybe get a divorce, though, if I'm not going to do it.
Thank you.
Okay. This is number 12. And this is an episode called A Peanut in the Rain.
This one is very dear to my heart.
Yes, this is a great episode. This is, let's see, who do we have? We have Gillian Jacobs from Community. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
We also have Mike Hanford. No. Yes, Mike Hanford as Ducky Powell.
That's right.
We won't hear from him until afterwards, but this is basically our good friend Gillian Jacobs in a previous episode had gotten married to our good friend Gary Marshall, creator of the Happy Days.
Please call him Gary.
I will. Our good friend Gary, creator of Happy Days, Mork and Mindy, Valentine's Day, New Year's Day, all of those things. Pretty Woman, director of that. They had gotten married in a previous episode, and in this episode, we catch up with them and see exactly how that marriage is going.
Hint, not so great.
Not so great. And I start this clip off with a very indelicate question for which I apologize. All right. Let's hear that episode. This is number 12.
Number 1, 2.
Gary, tell me about your sex life. Who you fucking now?
Listen, this is... I'm married to the same woman. Perhaps you are alluding to a strange relationship.
It was weird.
That I embarked upon with a young lady.
It was an illicit affair.
Yes, you could say that. This is a young lady. Yes, I grant you that permission.
I appreciate that.
This is a young lady. She's an actress here in Hollywood. We met doing your podcast. She found out that I'm a wealthy older man. She conspired blatantly right in front of me to have me murder my wife, marry her, and then become rich due to being my wife.
She would be rich, not you. You would be as rich as you were before. Slightly less.
I mean, I'm just always getting richer. So,
right.
You know, I get paid these residuals. It's crazy.
As far as I know, the rich get richer, and the poor, well,
yeah,
they get poorer.
They get poorer. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good setup.
Yeah.
For the rich.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Now,
for the poor, I could see how you wouldn't like it.
What percentile of richness would you say you are in terms of the world?
Bring back the sex questions. This is even more crass. Probably 1%.
You're in the top one.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
It is.
Must be nice.
It is. I live in Bel Air, gated community.
Yeah.
I got a house that's like a castle blew up.
A castle blew up.
Yeah.
So it's so wide and expansive.
That's right.
It's like meaning blew up like a balloon? Like it's I see.
It's like a castle had an allergy to something.
Okay, so it's not like a castle that someone bombed and there's rubble everywhere.
It's like if there was a royal family, they were made of peanuts.
Uh-huh.
If they moved into this castle had a nut allergy.
I see. So the royal family was made of peanuts.
It's a race of peanut people, and they're led by a king.
So is it an entire town of peanut people? Meaning
No, it's a whole country.
It's a whole country.
Yeah, you don't have a king of a town. That's a mayor.
They've been wandering, the desert for 40-odd years, and he's led them to this castle?
They're dumb. They're made out of peanuts, so they never lived in shelter.
So they're just kind of wandering around in a circle, and at one point they stumble upon...
They're just like all sitting around like, hey, Your Majesty, what do you want to do today? And he's like, you're looking at it. And then, it would rain, and everybody would say, this stinks.
I would think a peanut in the rain, that gets soggy.
What a beautiful turn of phrase. A peanut in the rain.
It gets
beautiful.
Soggy. And
so then,
at one point they wander into this castle. They rub up against it.
The castle has a peanut. No. Here's what happens. There's like a guy in the court of the peanuts who's like he's like the Da Vinci of the peanuts. Right?
Oh, okay, sure.
So he's like, hey, idiots, it's simple. Here's what you do. You build a structure. Everybody can live inside it. So you don't have to get wet in the rain.
We don't have to be a peanut in the rain anymore.
Exactly. We can be warm, dry peanuts.
Toasted even.
Toasted, roasted by the fire.
Salted.
Sprinkle salt on ourselves and we'll eat each other. We're a cannibal kingdom.
Sure, of course. Last man standing...
First
to the victor goes the spoils.
That's right. The old saying.
Yes.
So,
is this how Mr. Peanut came to be?
This is later.
Is he the last Peanut standing?
He's the last in the line of the Peanut King.
And yet, he advertises for other peanuts, inanimate peanuts, to be eaten. Interesting.
Yeah, because he's a cannibal. He can't help it. It's in his nature.
Sure.
But you'll notice he dresses in a very elegant manner with the top hat, the monocle.
To disguise his nature.
No, to flaunt his nature. He's
You don't say.
descended of noblemen.
I thought it was because, much like all of us, any time we put on clothes is to disguise our very base, human, disgusting nature. I mean, look at you. You have an Argyle sweater. What are you trying to say about yourself? You're putting on airs of, like, I'm a classy gentleman?
Much like Mr. Peanut, what I'm trying to say is, don't eat me. It would be a hassle to get through all this stuff for you.
Right.
Move along.
Move along to another peanut.
That's right. This is the shark theory. Sharks, they see a guy in a scuba suit. They're like, ooh, a delicious seal. They bite into him. They're like, hey, you're not a seal. You
much
tricked
rubber.
me.
Yeah.
They move along to something else.
You ever seen the movie Jaws?
What's that?
Okay. So now we're talking about the peanuts. They get in, they create the structure, and
They build a castle,
Yes.
right? They get in there. Somehow this castle, it's got a nut allergy.
peanut allergy,
Yeah.
as you said.
Yeah.
Somehow. Now, when you say somehow, what do you mean? Like, how does it happen?
I mean, it was a mistake in the building, probably in the mortaring together of the stones. Then maybe they used. Here's what probably happened. They probably, you know, like there's workers that died. They're inside Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
It's like this. Somebody's
creepy to think about when you think about it.
Oh, I think it's exciting.
To know that there are skeletons inside that dam?
Oh, yeah, especially the skeleton part. To look at Hoover Dam, I get my grandkids together. I say, look, Poppy's going to show you something. Look at that. Honey, look, there's skeletons in there. And the kid's like, oh, Poppy, why did you tell us that? And they run away and they hide. They think it's Halloween. They come back later, ask for candy. I'm like, no, you're shit out of luck. It's just skeletons in there. Guys died.
They like that kind of language when you say shit out of luck.
They do. They
learn it from you, I think.
Maybe they do. A case could be made.
What's the nastiest word you've ever said? Are you trying to wind up to it? Just trying to get your mouth...
I think cock.
You think?
I think so, but it's contextual.
Sure. What, in what context?
I worked on a farm.
So on the farm?
When I was first learning the film game, I worked on a farm.
Sure. And
I used to run the projector at a farm.
And what opportunity did you have to say that word while you were running the projector on this farm?
There was a chicken running around.
Okay. See, it's not such a... Wait.
There was a double meaning, and everybody enjoyed a nice little giggle.
Okay.
So I said, I got to get my cock out of here. And then, everybody, this is big in farms.
Did you take your penis out at that moment?
My wife might be watching this.
Barbara, turn off your YouTube at this... Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I was a young guy. You know, you make mistakes. Hopefully, you
Was it a
learn
mistake,
and you move
or did
on.
anyone... I mean, were people upset?
I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it.
You're not proud
know?
of your penis, or just the opportunity?
Both.
Really? What's wrong?
I'm ashamed of the human body.
Yeah, I get that.
I think we're disgusting.
So you don't have a problem penis in general. You just in having one.
Same problem penis as everybody else.
Yeah. The fact that we have them is a problem.
Oh, you led me down a road.
Oh, the primrose path.
It's not what I call it.
Let's get back to what we were talking about.
Filth Alley.
Let's get back to what you're talking about.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
You had an affair with a young woman, but that's all over.
Yeah, it's it's over. We came back on this program.
You guys had split up.
I revealed to her I didn't actually murder my wife. I put her in suspended animation. She was, of course, very upset. I granted her a Bel Air divorce.
Which Morgan Freeman gives to you, as I recall.
Denzel Washington, but nice try.
Okay, I guess I have the problem.
Who was it? George Washington Carver? Peanuts.
Calling it back.
So then we got divorced, and
you haven't
and
seen
that
her
was
since.
it.
And she's not coming back on this program because...
Well, as a matter of fact, she's here right now.
She's here.
Honey, you want to come in here?
She's here right now.
Come on in here, honey.
Yeah,
it's Gillian Jacobs.
Hey, Gilly.
Hi.
Gilly, how are you? Sorry.
I'm okay.
Hi.
She's catching him up on our history.
Hi.
Hi. I'm surprised to see you.
Well, yeah, you didn't invite me, but I'm
Yeah.
here nonetheless.
For the record, I also did not invite her.
What is happening right now?
Well, I sent him a text message, and
do you receive texts?
I receive them. I don't send them.
What does he text back to you, Gilly?
he usually it's those 3 dots, like he's writing something, but nothing ever comes through. But
I don't know how to make it go.
So you press on the thing, and then it's just you have no idea.
I get like the little balloon means
Yeah.
you talk here, stupid.
Right.
And then, but I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do after that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I texted him that I had something really important to tell him, and I wanted to do this in private, but I guess, this is the only time you could.
Whoa, so this
squeeze
is
me in.
happening, whatever is happening right here.
Yes.
Live on our show. My goodness.
I don't like the sound of this already.
Well, Gary.
You have a
Please.
you have a sweatshirt. What were you going to say?
Continue to call me Gary.
Why do you it's so hot in the studio. Why do you have a sweatshirt and
What I wanted to tell you, Gary, is that you're a father again.
What? This is crazy. At my age?
That sperm's good.
Wow.
That's nice to hear.
That's, by the way, that's what she said.
Yeah, it's what
That's
I
what
did
she
say.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I guess that's not really a double.
Well, I guess I guess this is to be expected.
So you don't wrap a Jimmy on that?
Who has the time anymore? You know what I mean? I don't expect to be alive 5 minutes from now.
They don't make them that small, so we just didn't bother.
Oh.
Listen to this.
Listen to this.
Regular Toady Fields over here.
Regular Shields and Yarnell.
They were mimes, honey. Okay, so here's what happens.
They were mimes, honey. Another great turn of phrase.
After the
a
last-
peanut in the rain. They were mimes, honey.
After the last time we saw each other, we're waiting in the elevator. Stone cold silence.
Yeah.
I mean, it is thick in there. It's like a madman.
Yeah.
A fog of silence.
Yeah. So we eventually get stuck in the elevator. It's like something out of a sitcom.
Wait a minute. So the elevator stopped after this program?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It got stuck.
Yeah.
You were here in February.
That's right. We're
Yeah.
forced to talk to each other. So eventually we're making nice. Everything's fine. We're talking about work. She's on a sitcom. I created the modern sitcom. At this point, she doesn't know if Community's coming back. This is a show.
It was just about to premiere at that point.
Yeah.
It's on the bubble, right?
Sure, yeah.
So
the primetime panic. Do you need that adjusted for you?
Well, I'm not
more
this.
annoying.
I'm short, but I'm not this short.
Let me help out this. There we go.
Maybe someone thought you had
Talk
terrible
while-
posture.
talk
They
while
just
I'm doing it.
assumed
They
you were
thought,
going to
right.
slouch. They saw your army jacket. They're like, "Hey, Travis Bickle over here. Let him slouch into the
Very
microphone."
funny, very
I'm
funny.
wearing a
Right, the
safari
movie.
You know what?
suit.
I'm a new mother. I don't have time for,
You're not very good at it so far.
What? They
You're
like
holding
that.
the baby upside down.
God, you got to
on
watch
its
out
head.
for the Fontanelle, which is not a girl group, by the way.
It's not. Was that Fonzie's girlfriend?
Pinky Tuscadero.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Fontanelle. Sorry.
So,
my gosh. Look at
so
that
she
thing.
says, "He's a beautiful little
She's
boy,
taking,
girl."
for those of you just listening.
That was something I didn't want to get to till later, but our child was born without genitals.
Oh my god!
None?
Look at that. Can I feel that?
Yeah. Get in
Look
there.
at
There's
that.
nothing to do.
I'd rather
Nothing
hear-
there.
This
Nothing
is
there. Nothing there.
Making me very uncomfortable.
Nothing there either. That's just a dent.
I don't-
There's no hole.
There's no butthole. I'd love
Everything
to. I'd
comes
love to
out the
tear him a
mouth.
new one.
Here's what happened. I said, "I'll make you a bet. If Community gets picked up for another season, I will have sex with you."
Yep.
I never thought in a million years that show would get picked up.
No
Yeah.
one did. No one did.
It's all references. Hey, this guy, he's like, he loves the movie so much. Let's do the movie. They do the movie. All right, that's the story.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I love Reservoir Dogs. They start it, and then by the end, Mr. Pink gets shot. The end.
What?
So anyway,
So
here
you
we are.
So what I'm not understanding is
months later,
you're trapped in the elevator in February.
Yeah.
yeah,
You promised to have sex with her if it gets picked up. It was picked up maybe 3 weeks ago.
that's right.
Yeah.
And there's a baby here.
Yep.
Thank you for walking me through the timeline, because this does seem strange.
Seems a
What are you
little
talking
strange
about?
because how old is this baby?
This baby's
Non-gendered baby?
like 9 hours old.
You saying
What?
you just had this baby
Yep.
today?
Yep.
So, tracking 9 months back, that's November, which is when you guys were...
Mama.
Okay, so maybe this is... Oh, did you hear that? Oh, my goodness,
talking.
it's talking. So maybe this baby was conceived while you guys were still in the throes of passion.
I think this baby was conceived in February and was born.
Hold on a second. That's when all babies are conceived.
In the throes of passion?
Yeah, no, it wasn't conceived on the phone.
But my...
Well, it could have been rape.
Boy, oh boy.
I don't think that word has ever been said on this program. Please,
Boy,
Gilly.
why did I-
Gilly?
Sorry. I mean, I'm just saying.
Can't believe that actually happened.
But,
Sorry.
did you guys have sex in the elevator? People
Yes.
want to know!
No, we didn't have sex
We
in
had
the elevator.
phone sex in the elevator.
With whom? Each
With
other?
each other. I
other.
said, hey, I'm getting a signal. Are you? She said, yes. We turned our backs. We sat back to back, and we had phone sex in the elevator.
Yeah.
So you were sitting back to back, though, so you could sort of feel the vibrations of what you know,
Yeah,
you
it was
guys were
very
doing?
erotic.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, you had phone sex in the elevator.
Yes.
And then 5 months later, there's a baby.
No, well, yeah, we had penetrative sex. When did it get picked up? Like 2 weeks ago, something like that?
I think so, something
Yeah.
like that.
And we had sex 2 weeks ago.
penetrated her, she says.
We're talking about sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
This
just
is a-
like burst in there.
Hey, I'm not Barbara Marx. All right?
So how does this happen, Gilly?
Well, he undid his pants,
Oh, my goodness. Continue.
pulled down his underwear.
Oh, God. Please go on.
I mean,
It sounds less erotic now in the telling.
Yeah, tidy whities or what's he have?
he wears loose boxers, very loose, barely held up.
Who's texting you? The Professionalism Council?
Oh, look at that. So good. And he wears loose boxers?
Loose boxes.
Yeah,
I like
Like
to be
one size too
comfortable.
big?
the elastic's kind of worn out. They're barely holding on.
They're perfectly good. Why should I throw them
He's
away?
got a tight belt over those pants.
So you penetrate Gilly here.
Yep.
And how does a baby... Do you have, like, some sort of super sperm? Is that what we're...
I told you the
That's
sperm's
not for me
good.
to say.
The sperm is good.
How many of your kids came about in this manner where they were born within 2 weeks?
All of them.
Sorry, it's hungry. I gotta.
Oh, my goodness.
All
our,
of my,
our viewers are getting a treat here.
Right through the clothes. It's a strong baby. All my children had a gestation period of 2 weeks.
Can I... Okay, and this is going to sound really crazy.
Eh?
And I hesitate to even say it, quite honestly, because it sounds fanciful, and I think the answer has to be no.
All right.
I don't think it's possible what I'm asking, but I'm just going to throw it out there anyway.
Okay.
But are you from some sort of race of alien super beings?
Phew. Never been asked that before.
I can see why not. It couldn't even be possible. I don't know why I asked it, but are you some sort of alien super being that comes from another world that has come here to impregnate our women, our Hollywood actresses?
I mean, that's not the only thing I came here to do. Oh, sir, yeah, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
God!
Yeah, from outer space.
Why? What was the other thing you came here to do? To create Hollywood
television shows
or
and
was
direct
that,
movies.
And what about the Loch Ness Monster and the Bigfoot?
I'm trying to find that Loch Ness Monster.
Why are you trying to find them? Are they a threat to your super being?
I want to bring the Loch Ness Monster back to my home planet as an example of mythology.
I was going to say, as an example of Earth creatures, it's not an example of Earth creatures because no one's been able to find it.
Well, it honestly is the thing. I've become very attached to the Earth, and I don't want it to be destroyed. Aww. So I think if I bring the Loch Ness Monster back there, everybody will be afraid they won't destroy the Earth.
Gary!
No, I'm not so bad after all.
Gary!
Oh, I'm just a simple guy from another planet.
Oh.
I want to impregnate Hollywood actresses, make movies, and find the Loch Ness Monster and scare my home planet.
Two-part question. What is the name of your home planet? And B, are we under threat of being destroyed by them?
I'll take the second part first, Scott.
That's fair.
Yes, you are in danger of being destroyed by my planet.
Looming danger?
Imminent danger.
Imminent.
And number 2, the name of the planet is Gregord.
Gregord.
Yes.
Is that with a hyphen at all?
Nope.
Just
like it sounds.
And are all the letters right after each other?
No.
No, they're all mixed up?
Not on your planet.
Interesting. Wow. And so this is an half alien. I mean, I'm assuming you're a human being.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Sure.
This makes a lot of sense now. Now, on your planet, are babies born sans genitals?
Yeah, we don't need them.
Okay.
So then how did you
So
get
what's that beautiful dick of yours? I mean, where'd that come from?
You're sweet to say.
That beautiful sweet dick, where did it come from?
It's a thing that I can grow if I need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're compatible with any species in the universe.
Under dire circumstances, you can grow that.
They weren't there.
So can this baby grow what it needs to grow?
No. It could start to. Because it's only half.
Oh, he's a
man.
halfie.
Yeah.
What do I do about the lack of butthole?
You won't have to worry about it.
All right. Do I feed it? Do I keep feeding it?
Nope.
Oh.
Don't ever feed it.
Oh.
You didn't feed it, did you?
Well, I held it.
Yeah,
Like
you've held
that.
it like that. That's not really been doing.
That's feeding.
But it was through my shirt.
So why have you been doing it?
It wanted to.
Oh, we got it.
Feed me.
It's talking.
Was
again.
that you?
I don't think so. Her mouth wasn't moving. Obviously, it wasn't her.
I wasn't paying attention.
Feed me.
Well, this is a fascinating story, and I want to know more about
Yeah,
this.
I'm sure people are bored.
You think people are bored by the revelation that there's alien life here on Earth? All right. Well, you have a shorter attention span than I, but
Hey, when you get to be my age, you've heard it all before.
What's your alien name?
Oh, it's unpronounceable.
Really? Is it the N-word? Is that why? Yes, and.
Yes, and it's not the N-word you're thinking of.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Which one?
Oh, it's a word we have on my own planet.
Number 1, 2.
Great episode.
Maybe the greatest. I'm surprised that it's so low in the rankings.
Number 12. If that is a number 12 clip, man, the next 11 are going to be amazing.
They better
don't
be.
You think?
They better be.
Well, I want you guys to come back and listen to part 2.
I do too.
Well, you're going to be here for it.
Well, no. I want them to come back
Oh,
too.
yeah, you do. Well,
For
tell them.
For the
Tell
listener.
them.
Okay, listen, listeners. I also want you to come back. It's not just Scott.
Don't bottle it up inside.
It's not like Scott wants you to come back and I'm like, I hope they stay away. I want you to come back too.
Good. Thank you. It's good to express something like that.
That felt good to say. Thank you, Scott.
All right, very good. So come back to that. Part 2 of our very special Best of 2013. And before we go out, we're going to hear something else from that episode of Peanut in the Rain. This is Mike Hanford as Ducky Powell doing his wonderful song. We will see you on the next episode, part 2 of 2013. See you then. For now. Well, so where are we in this? We seem to be at a stalemate.
What
We're
brings
having a
you? We
fantastic
find
time.
ourselves at a curious crossroads.
I'm maybe the hottest I've ever been.
What?
I should say, Scott.
Don't take that jacket off.
No, I will not. Don't
What
think you're
brings you by today? Was that sort of a question that a host might ask?
Please do.
I was gonna sing a song if I could.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Yes. Music.
Yeah, music.
Yeah.
Music.
Sing it.
Sing the song.
Well, I would enjoy some accompaniment if possible.
He's got a mellifluous voice.
What is it?
I can carry it too.
Guys, do you hear that? You're not wearing headphones.
No.
I see gnarly trails, fresh powder too. I grab bits of air, so tasty it's true, and I think to myself, what a thrashable slope. All my ski buds are grabbing tasty air.
I'm gonna count these pets.
There are smiles on their faces as they pop